Good evening and welcome into the University of Colorado in Boulder for tonight's rivalry matchup between Colorado State University. It's senior night in Boulder, final regular season home game of the year. The Buffs take on the Rams. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson here with you at the beautiful University of Colorado Recreation Center. Fans are still filing in for what will be a special night of hockey. Derek, this is what it all comes down to, our final regular season home game.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. It's going to be a good one, I think, here. Colorado's, I'm sure they're excited. It was a close game between these two last night, and so I'm sure they're excited to defend home ice here for the final time this season. Interesting thing about this team, though, no seniors on it. So in theory, all players could potentially be back next year if they choose to stay or choose to play next year. So Colorado has an opportunity here to really build some momentum going into the game at the Pepsi Center, Joe.
And tonight will be a fun one. If you missed last night, it came down to the final, well, I'd say second, but that doesn't appropriately describe it. Colorado scored with 0.1 seconds remaining on the scoreboard to win the game. Mick Bruce, a buzzer beater, something you don't usually see in hockey. And Derek, why don't we look right now at some season stats, the head-to-head as we're getting our starting lineups. Colorado and Colorado State have played 3 times this year so far, and the Buffs 3-0 so far this year. The Buffs lead in every big category. The Buffs have outscored the Rams 13-5 this year. And that big 5-0 game earlier in the year really padded that statistic. Last night, again, final score 4-3. Bruce, a big late winner. And looking on the national rankings, the Buffs up there in the top 10 at number 8. And Colorado State coming in at number 22. Derek, what are you looking for tonight?
Tonight, I'm looking for some fast, aggressive hockey, to be honest, Joe. But I think real quick, we're going to have to step away for the national anthem.
And we're going to have a special anthem singer here tonight, so keep your ears open. Beautifully sung anthem. Derek.
Yes.
What are you looking for tonight?
All right, back at this one. So tonight I'm looking for Colorado. They're going to have to come out fast and aggressive because, you know, with that last-second victory last night, Colorado State's going to want some revenge. The other big thing, Joe, is what we're going to see is they're still trying to find some of those replacements, if you will, for guys that have been injured, and they'll be injured kind of the rest of the season. So they're still looking for some guys to step up and fill those positions. For me, the most dangerous one is he's been doing it all year, ever since he's had to step up here, I guess all year, the last couple of weeks, is Devin Pilkington. He's been doing a good job this year, sliding up from kind of a forward. He has slid back to play defense, but he's an attacking defender. And so I think when he's on the ice, that essentially gives you a 4-forward line, because he is just as dangerous since he's used to playing more of a wing player.
We're underway live from Boulder, Colorado. Thanks for joining us. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson. Some Saturday afternoon hockey. A huge game last night. Again, the Buffs come away with the victory in the last second of the game. Mick Bruce scored with 0.1 seconds remaining, but Derek, it was the closest game these two teams have played all year with that 1-goal margin. And we are just underway from Boulder. Puck will come down the length of the ice, and we have an icing call. Let's talk about some starting goaltenders tonight for the Buffaloes. Number 31, Colin Champine. He's been getting the job done despite being injured here the last few weeks. He's had some nagging injuries that haven't kept him out. When I talked to him before the game, he certainly feels them. And down on the other end of the ice, his former teammate, Dax Diedrich. Diedrich and Champine used to play together in their junior career when both of them played with the Boulder Bison of the Western States Hockey League. They go way back, so you know that this one means a little bit extra here tonight on rivalry night here in Boulder. It'll be Chris Kemper, who did sit out last weekend. He is back in action, though, for Colorado. He'll send it in deep into the corner. Slapped in around the board by Daniel Mastrosic. Unable to get it out of the zone. Kept away by Cody Van Rudin. Out to Mastrosic. He'll chip it across the ice, waiting for it at the blue line. Will be Yari Nightenbach. Nightenbach throws one on net. It'll be blocked out to center ice. Will Neff will dump it right back in as John Dora will skate back to it. And, of course, for an in-state rivalry game like this, a lot of these guys know each other very well. They grew up playing together, played as recently as last year together for some of these guys. No love lost between the Rams and the Buffaloes. Luke Coyne will play back into his own corner, scoreless here early in Boulder. We're expecting a sold-out crowd tonight on rivalry night. The Buffs men's team will play right now, of course, and then coming up next, the CSU women's teams will go at it. And that game will also be available online if you like to watch that as well. Will Neff will take it in from his own end. He dumps it out to center ice. He'll connect on the fly with Luke Fiegel. Fiegel will dump it in around the boards as the boys will go off for a change in green. Eric Kardash will glide with it over to Luke Coyne. Coyne will look up the ice towards Gruber. Gruber had some contact, but it goes out to Salvato. Salvato from center ice will dump it into the corner. After it will come Eric Killam. Killam, the big checking boy, will send it around the boards as Gruber will meet up alongside Killam. Nitchin coming to bail him out with a broken stick right at their feet. Gruber's looking for a pass. Richard Wigton onto the play. Devin Pilkington will lose it to himself out at center ice as Hunter Clark will shove him back over the line, and we'll get a referee's whistle, and they'll rule him offsides. An exciting start to this one. They didn't wait at all to get the pace going.
Nope, they still have last night fresh in their memory. It's pretty clear they know how to go after it, and they know what they're doing right away. Joe, the one thing, too, that we forgot to mention, the nice thing for Colorado State is a Nightenbach is back on CU Boulder Rec Center ice here as Coach Nightenbach, head coach, and Andy's brother, both coaches last year here for Colorado, but Yari deciding to go to Colorado State and putting on a CSU sweater. I'm sure he's looking to have a big night here and kind of prove to his brothers that he could play on this ice just as they did.
Yari came in at the semester. We had a delayed high sticking call that's waved off as the puck will come out to center ice. Yari Nightenbach transferred into Colorado State at semester. He scored the opening goal last night, and you know he's fired up here to be part of the rivalry for only the second time both of his brothers played at CU, and talk to Jeff and Andy all the time about how much this rivalry meant to them. And it's interesting to see Yari on the other side of this one. Luke Nightenbach, his brother, played for Colorado last year and a season before that. As the tail of the tape will turn. Puck will be played off into the corner by the Rams. 17 minutes even remaining in our first period of play. Out to Blake Davies over the line. He'll find a pass over to Corey Taylor, who sends one high off the boards. It'll wrap around to Yari. Nightenbach will mitch up there with Rich Wigton as we push out to center for the Rams. Chris Guidotti will send it in on net. Right on his former teammate, Colin Champine. Piner's probably played with more of these guys out there than anyone. And as a goaltender, you recognize everyone's shot differently. So maybe a little bit extra here tonight for Piner, but he has no more advantage over Diedrich. He's played with the same guys. Doyle will send one off the side of the net. The freshman Chris Doyle getting a lot of minutes here this year. We weren't sure at the beginning of the year what his role would be, but he has defined himself as a top role player on this squad. The defenseman Mick Bruce, who we thought we might have lost for the year, is back here tonight. He'll turn it over, though, to O'Donnell. O'Donnell will center one in front to Neff on the backside. It'll slip by. Brooke looking to line him up down low. Deep in the corner is Neff. He'll lose it to the other number 3 on the ice, John Dora. Dora will rough him up in the corner, and Andrew Bradford will push the pile over to the glass. Bradford will move it back over to Bruce with 15:50 remaining in our scoreless opening period. Up the boards to Pelagic, picked off by Fiegel, sends one in front. Neff tries to slide it by as Bruce didn't get all of that one, and Champine will try to slide out of the net to get that one, and a risky play will pay off.
Yeah, Champine, though, has always been a risky player, so that's nothing new for him or the Buffaloes. They're used to it, and they know how to kind of adjust around him if need be. So they're pretty comfortable with him making some of those extra outside the crease plays.
Faceoff will stay here in the zone. It'll be Campbell who will take the draw for the Rams. Campbell has played well of late. He'll lose that one, though, to Matt Anders. Anders will put it off into the corner. It'll bounce through the high slot, and Anders will chase after it himself, meeting alongside Campbell. And we'll see Anders take the big first spill of the game as he went into the boards pretty hard. Looks to be all right, though. Anders had a little bit of a shoulder injury a few weeks ago. He missed some time, but again, he's back out there as well. It would take really losing a limb for a lot of these guys to miss the Rocky Mountain Showdown here in Boulder tonight, last night in Fort Collins, and in 2 weeks at the Pepsi Center in Denver. Adams will throw a man down into the board. That's Hunter Clark that's stuck on top of the puck. Burke Kemper will come up with it over the line. Burke Kemper will play it off to the right side. Bauer will take a shot, and that one goes just high. It'll bounce into the corner. Bauer had a late third period goal last night that tied the game. Played off in down low. Working along the boards is Campbell. He'll lose it out along the other end as it's pushed across to Schneeberger. Fiegel into his own corner, looking for options to get out of the zone. Kept it at the blue line by Kardash. Cards will throw it through some traffic as Diedrich will make the save. It'll bounce off into the corner. Hunter Clark will be the first one to it. He'll take some contact there from Anders as the puck will be held up along the glass. Bauer will get it out to the blue line. It'll slip by Adam Stick, and out the other way it'll go. With some speed will be Schneeberger. Tries to handle around the defenseman in down low. Kardash, though, stayed in his way. Schneeberger stays with it, though, as it's poked away out the circle. Coming in from the point was Nightenbach. He'll lose it, and the puck will slide out to center ice. Back and forth, though, goal. Now it's Rosenthal who will be pinned up against the boards by Adam. In down low is Schneeberger trying to get rid of the puck. Taken away by Luke Coyne. He'll carry it himself. 14:04 remaining in our scoreless first. This one was tipped. It goes the length of the ice, and they will award that one an icing call.
Seeing Colorado State play pretty well as a team so far. A lot of good passing from them, and that's to be expected. They only have one guy on their roster that has above 10 goals, and that being Austin Ansay with 11 this year so far. But they got two guys, Joe, with above 20 assists on their roster. So that's pretty impressive numbers. So Colorado State, you expect them to pass, you expect them to play as a team, and that's what they're doing so far here, trying to edge one out against Colorado tonight.
14 minutes remaining in our first period of play. Some good back and forth action from Boulder, Colorado. We've got a sold-out rec center on Saturday afternoon. It's also Greek night, Derek, honoring the fraternities and sororities here in Boulder. So they love to come out to this game every year, and it's usually a fun time.
Yep. And that crowd, though, too, it's a smart move by Colorado's hockey's marketing department to bring them out here on this last home game and against CSU, because it may give the Buffaloes a slight advantage with that crowd noise. See, it might fluster CSU a little. Now, I doubt it, because they have so much adrenaline and it focuses them so much on this game, on what's happening on the ice, that they probably tune out the crowd noise. But you never know, it could end up playing a factor. So good job by Colorado to bring the fans out.
When Alex Steidler was dressing up for the Rams, he had a lot of trouble with the student section. They always would chant his name relentlessly for 60 minutes, and it's hard to not let that bother you sometimes. As Colorado, the fans will tell you that they'll take credit for a few goals that Colorado scored over the years as they were distracting Steidler. Out to center ice, it'll go for the Rams. They'll carry it over the line. It'll be Van Rudin. Van Rudin will play it into the corner. Will Neff will try to come up with it as it's pokes it around the boards. Neff still going with it. Neff, one of the guys out there that very familiar with these Buffaloes. He's been at Colorado State for a few years now, and they all played together in their junior career at the Boulder Bison. He and Matt Hector, longtime teammates. And Hefter's got the puck out there right now, looking for a pass. He'll exchange with George Gruber, the 7th. Gruber will carry it out to center ice, looking for John Nitchin. This one will slide all the way down the length of the ice, and Diedrich will have to stay on top of it. And a lot of players out there on the ice tonight, Derek. They considered both Colorado and Colorado State, and at the end of the day, it's very curious to see who ended up where.
Yeah, it's both these schools. We're only about an hour away from each other, Joe. So both these teams are filled with guys that, like you said, could have gone either way. A handful selecting to go to Colorado, and another handful selecting to go to Colorado State. Some of that is the campus life, but a lot of it is coaching styles. And I think some of the players that maybe were a little more accustomed to, I don't want to necessarily say that Colorado doesn't play team play, but some of those guys that are more accustomed to that team style of play, maybe choosing to go to Colorado State, more familiar with their coaches and that coaching style. Whereas some of the guys that are just your just true athletes and your bruisers deciding to seem to go to Colorado, because they're used to playing an open ice and fast style of play, which is different than Colorado State. So some of that may have had a factor into it. It's tough to say without talking to every single one of them, but definitely something to pay attention to.
First penalty of the game will go against Colorado. Devin Pilkington took down Schneeberger behind the play. So a 2-minute roughing call on Devin Pilkington. So our first power play of the game will go to the Rams. Broken stick there off the slap shot. Luke Carter will bang it off the boards, and Wigton will skate after it. So 11:48 remaining in our first period. 1:40 remaining on the power play for the Rams. And Derek, I know you know this better than anyone as you used to work over in the scores table. When these two teams get together, there's a lot of penalty minutes on the stat page.
Yeah, a lot of penalty minutes. In fact, there was a game where we actually had to go get a second official score sheet because there were that many penalties, and that score sheet has something like 30 slots on it, so that tells you just how many penalties there were. But these two teams, also the big thing with them, sitting on that side of the rink, you'll hear the chirping between the benches, which it sometimes can get both funny and sometimes pretty aggressive. So definitely be curious to see if those two start paying attention to each other's benches, which may lead to something on the ice towards the end of the game.
Minute remaining on the power play. A shot on net will hit Champine, and he'll cover that one up for the save with 57 seconds remaining on the power play. 11:01 remaining in our first period of play. Scoreless from Boulder, Colorado.
Yep. Good game so far. Both teams playing how they want to play. Colorado's trying to get some open looks on breakaway opportunities. Colorado State content settling it down. We're seeing with Colorado on this penalty kill a little bit different style than we've seen some of this year so far. A lot of the times they're extremely aggressive chasing that puck and even trying to go and set up offense at times on the other end of the ice. But today they're playing a little closer in and keeping a little bit tighter of a box to try to prevent Colorado State from getting those open looks because they're such a good passing team.
Burke from the circle will take a shot shorthanded. It'll deflect off a stick and go out of play, so the faceoff will stay in the Colorado offensive zone with 42 seconds remaining on the power play for the Rams. Nothing doing so far. But you have a feeling a game like this probably will come down to special teams. As we talked about, these two teams, they draw a lot of penalties against each other, and that's going to happen in a rivalry game, and a lot of the times that'll be the difference. A power play goal, a shorthanded goal, a stop.
Yeah, and
over the line now for Guidotti. He walks in, poked away by Eric Kardash, though, on a great back check. Still alive, though. Guidotti will take a shot. That one goes high. It'll go into the netting and out of play. Looks like Guidotti was looking for the top right-hand corner, and he nearly had it.
It was pretty close. But, Joe, as you were saying, when it comes down to penalty minutes, Colorado struggled in this area this year. They have had a lot of penalty kill opportunities because they've had a lot of penalties. And that's something they're going to have to focus on doing. Already not doing a great job of staying out of that box. So it's something they're really going to have to try to do tonight. Keep all those guys on the ice and not give Colorado State those extra opportunities.
Shot from the outside will deflect wildly off the backboards. It'll be gloved down by Bruce, but taken away by Will Neff. This one will deflect up into the netting and out of play. And the Rams have had a little bit of a trouble outscoring opponents this year on the air. They've allowed 146 goals. They've only scored 96. So they're in the negative by 50, and something on special teams is really where you would make that up.
Yeah.
Hector will get it off the face-off win. He'll try to play it out. It'll be pinned up against the boards. Glove down by Neff, looking for something in the slide. It'll trickle through, and a great save by Colin Champine as that one was dancing wildly in the crease. It took a funky bounce, but Champine stayed with it. Almost disaster for Colorado there. It's the sport of hockey. Sometimes the puck will just dance like that.
Yeah, and occasionally if it finds that one little groove right in that ice, it'll take a weird bounce, and it'll go the exact opposite direction sometimes those goalies are thinking. So good job by Champine to stay in front of that one as the Buffs are back to full strength.
Burke will bring it in over the line with 5 on the ice now. That one will go just past the post. Burke will leave it there for Bauer. Bauer looking for a centering pass. Collects there with Hector unable to pull the trigger. Hector in down low. The defenseman loves to jump up into the play. He'll chase after it alongside Killam. Killam will meet up in down low. Now Burke out to bail him out. Bauer will handle at the circle as it's taken away but slapped right back into the corner. And now exchange out to center ice. 9.5 to go in their first period. Anders from his own blue line will go to Bruce. Bruce will deflect it in over the line as Fiegel had looked up at him. And the puck will slide around the ice. Over now for Natowski. Natowski will chip it out to center, looking for that long stretch pass to Davies. Picked off, though, and brought in over the line by Matt Hector. Talked to Hector before the game, and he said, of course, this is my favorite game of the year. And Hector gets dragged down from behind by Natowski, so it looks like the Buffs will now go on the power play.
Yeah, and a lot of these players, Joe, if they weren't from the state of Colorado, some of the guys coming in out of state, not necessarily familiar with the rivalry until they get here. And so some of the more senior players on each team's roster will kind of tell them how it goes, and they just develop that animosity just because it's just passed down almost from year to year. And it's not necessarily what happens on the ice per se, although sometimes it does play a factor. So this is just kind of one of those things that it just builds and builds and builds. And these last couple times these teams see each other every year are always extremely exciting.
9 minutes remaining in our opening period of play. Buffs on the power play for another minute 45. Natowski in the box for roughing. Picked off that center, though, by the Rams as Jari Nightenbach will carry it through center ice. Nightenbach will lay it off into the boards, and Salvato will come up after it. So a minute and a half remaining on the power play for the Buffs. 8:43 remaining in our scoreless first period of play. We've seen some chances, but nothing close. Hector will glide all the way down the length of the ice. Will be taken away by Taylor. Taylor will play it off against the boards. This one will bang off of a body as Hunter Clark will come after it, and here he goes. Clark comes in 1-on-2, takes a shot high on Champine, and Champine wanted to play the puck, but it got stuck up in his chest pad, and he'll have to hang on.
And I'll tell you, Joe, one thing that you didn't see on camera because it was pointed away from the bench at the time, Colorado State with a very, very heady bench. A couple guys that jumped on the ice to do a change there when Jari had dumped the puck in. It looked like Jari was headed to the bench, changed his mind last minute, and came back out to the playing area. And Colorado State, instead of taking that extra step, they were smart and they just stood there near the bench, waited for a minute, saw that Jari was going to stay out, and jumped back into the bench to make sure they didn't get too many in the ice and get another ram in the box.
Bradford in the corner with Killam. Bauer, the third man in for Colorado, trying to kick that one out of there. The pile will push itself along as Burke Kemper will come up with it. Looks out to the blue line for Pilkington. He'll hit Devin there. Back and forth they'll go with Burke Kemper. Pilkington will get a touch. Back to the near side for Anders atop the circle. Straight away for Pilkington with 40 on the power play. Burke Kemper all on the boards. Colorado here on the outside looking to dive in. Pilkington, who takes a shot and hit Hunter Clark in the hand. Back and forth they come now to Burke Kemper, who fakes a shot. Back to Anders on the near side, looking for a screen with the big Bradford in front. One-timer for Burke Kemper through some traffic. It actually hit Bradford in front. Trickles off to the board, swung up by Taylor, kept in by Anders, and we're going to get a penalty behind the play. I think they're going to get Bauer. Looks like Bauer and Mastrosic were wrapped up against the boards behind the play. Bauer's going to tell the official Mastrosic went after him first, but it won't matter. They're going to send him to the box, and Derek, an early message from the officials, we're not going to put up with any of this.
Yeah, and I honestly, I'll be curious to see what they call on Bauer here, because I think, honestly, they just got him for almost retaliation, but it looked like they actually called hooking on him over there. What I was going to say, Joe, is for Colorado, on this power play opportunity they won't have much longer, another 19 seconds, but going in the future, the rest of this game, because we know we're going to see more penalties, Colorado has to move that puck faster. It's sitting on tape a little too long for me, which is allowing Colorado State to readjust their zone and send the proper guys out and then slough the other guys back in. And so for Colorado, if they want better and open looks on this power play, they need to do a better job moving the puck.
Puck will slide to Champine. He'll play that one off the boards with 10 seconds remaining on the Colorado power play. Rams in deep, though. They'll pick it off at the boards. Huge shoulder comes from Bradford, and out to center ice comes Pilkington. He'll lay it along now to Anders. Power play has expired, so we're back to 5-on-5. Anders tries to cross it. It's taken away by Neff, and it'll trickle out to center ice. Will Neff will stick with it. He's got some speed, and he's got two teammates there. O'Donnell calling for it in the slot. Throws it off Champine into the corner. It'll go. Adams will take it in from his own corner. Neff, though, working hard out there. Three's been all over the ice in green and gold tonight. Pilkington will look for something up the ice. He'll play it off the boards as it's knocked down by Hassel. Dylan Hassel will walk the line as Anders will poke it away from him. And out comes Thomas Jarman. Jarman into the zone, dangles through some traffic, can't get all the way in through the slot with control. Shot on net, got deflected through. Referee's got his hand up, and we're going to get another penalty. This one's going to be a hooking call against CSU, and I think it may be Nightenbach.
Trent Edwards in perfect position, though, for that pass to come back to him after Jarman wasn't able to get a shot off and had to walk through, much to the delight of the fans after his dangle there. But great job by Edwards being in perfect position. One of the bright moments for Colorado definitely so far this game is having some of their guys in the proper positioning, that being one of those instances. To be able to get those good looks, sometimes that's something Colorado struggles with. It looks like they've so far got it figured out here tonight.
So it'll be actually Brian Casaria that'll come off for the Rams. 2 minutes for hooking. So the Buffs back on the 5-on-4 power play. Their second opportunity of the night, 0 for 1 thus far, 6.5 to go in our opening period. Jarman will take a shot from the circle. It'll be blocked off and carried to center ice by Fiegel. Hector will gather at his own blue line, chased down by Nightenbach. Yari will slash the puck away from him as it comes free now to Nightenbach. Nightenbach's come in short-handed, poked away as they'll ship it. Looking for a pass in the slot for Guidotti. Unable to find him there as it'll be out to center for Colorado. It's John Nitchin that'll carry around Nightenbach. He's got 4-on-2 numbers. Back to the near side for Gruber, who takes a shot, and he just missed the outside post on that one, and the power of the shot will propel it down the length of the ice the other way. Champine will gather in his own corner with a minute 10 remaining on the power play, 5:48 remaining in our scoreless first period of play from Boulder, Colorado. It's rivalry night in Boulder. Bradford with Gruber over the line. He'll have the defense bear down on him as the net is dislodged off its mooring. I think Gruber got a touch on that one, so we'll have a face-off that'll stay in the zone. 57 seconds remaining on the power play for Colorado. And nothing doing so far on those power play opportunities for either team. You feel like maybe they're trying to just probe a little bit before they go for the kill.
Yeah, it's definitely... I don't know. Actually, you know what? I don't know so much about that, Joe, because one of the things that you see when you get these back-to-back games, especially the next night, even though they technically changed venues, it's essentially like a two-game series between these two here this weekend. They saw each other last night, so I don't know how much of that is actually them trying to feel each other out. I think they pretty much know. I think right now it's just about, I think some of the guys are nervous. They're not trying to make that first mistake, which may be the killer. And so I think as the game goes on, they'll loosen up a little more. They'll make a couple hits, they'll make a couple plays, and that'll get their confidence up and or down, as the case may be. And that's when you might see some of these opportunities to get some goals.
Played in behind for Pilkington, and he'll carry out to center with 14 seconds remaining on the power play. Good PK here for the Rams. In the high slot for Anders. He'll take a shot, and it hit a body in front. I actually think it hit Nick Roberts. Around the boards it'll go, and we're back to even strength with 4:40 remaining in the first period of play. So the Rams kill off back-to-back power plays. And we're back to evens. John Doerr will skate back into his corner. You've seen a really good forecheck from the Rams tonight. Glove down by Hassel at the blue line. He'll absorb some contact, and he'll keep it in. So I thought.
I think they're going to call a hand pass, actually.
That would make sense, because I didn't think the puck came out. So Hassel will get called on the hand pass indeed, so we'll come out to center ice. 4.5 to go in our first period of play. Derek, I was expecting some goals here in the first period of play, but no.
Not the case so far. And again, I think that's just the case of these guys know each other so well that it's really going to come down to who makes that mental error tonight might be the difference.
Silvato will take it along the boards, looking for an option now over to Gruber. Gruber will take some contact, but get the puck over the line. 4:07 remaining in our first period of play. And Gruber takes a big shot in behind there from Will Neff. Pops right back up. Gruber sticks with it now. Doerr through some traffic right into the catching glove of Dax Diedrich. And here's a good time to remind you that a week from Thursday, February 25th, these two teams will do battle down at the Pepsi Center in Denver. Tickets on sale now. www.avstix.showdown2016. You get your ticket to that game as well as a future Avalanche game for free. So go online, check that out right now. Again, February 25th, game at 6:15 at Pepsi Center in Denver. The game will also be broadcast online and on CET television if you can't make the game. Bradford will take a jam at it as it just goes off the pad of Diedrich. It'll wrap around into the corner. Schneeberger will try to clear the zone. Kardash, though, will prevent him from doing that as Hunter Clark will chase him down into the corner for Polancic. Polancic moves it over to Bradford. He gets a return pass with 3.5 to go in the first period. Deep in the trenches, these two teams do battle. Doyle now in the high slot. Can't really get a full trigger pull on that one. Hunter Clark will see some contact with Bradford as it'll go into the corner. Bradford will try to handle it with one hand. Out to Doerr at the blue line. He'll walk to the right side. Fished off into the corner now for Polancic, who will collide there heavily. Schneeberger still with it, trying to get it free as the Buffs have held the zone as Bradford will turn and shoot, and that one hit a body in front. I think he hit his teammate Polancic in the back. And we're going to get a penalty now. It looks like maybe on Colorado as it'll be touched up there as Dora will leave his shoulder into the boards. And here we go. The pushing and shoving gets started with 3 minutes remaining here in the first period of play. We'll see who goes off on this call. Referee trying to separate the pile there. You may remember, folks, a few years ago, this game ended in a bench-clearing brawl. And from that point, really, Derek, the rivalry's been heated up big time.
Yeah, it was kind of almost bordering on a dormant rivalry up until last year when that happened. And that was actually here roughly this time, Joe, in the year, I believe, at CU Rec Center. So these two teams, ever since then, a lot of the guys, a lot of similar faces on each roster, so a lot of them remember it. Even some of the new guys that came in for both sides were told about it, and so it's definitely, they know, and they know what to expect coming into these games. Again, saying it again, last night when these two teams played each other.
A shot on Neff from O'Donnell will go just wide, so it'll be Chris Doyle that'll go off for 2 minutes, and Bauer will carry out to center ice shorthanded. 2:49 remaining in the first period of play. 0-0 game still. Will Neff from center ice will guide himself through the collection of bodies before finding O'Donnell along the boards. O'Donnell will hang out with it at the far circle, looking for a centering pass in the slot. Got it through. Bauer, though, got enough of that one to prevent a shot. Bruce can't get it out of the zone as it's kept in. Von Rudin will carry it into the corner. He'll find Will Neff. Neff back in the corner for Von Rudin, taking a check there from Coyne. Coyne laid him down as O'Donnell was there in the slot with it momentarily. Out now to Coyne, who will try to slash it out to center. Can't do so as Anders will push it, and this one will go all the way down the length of the ice. Minute 10 remaining here in the power play for the Rams. 2:07 remaining in our first period of play. Rams will break out from their own zone as the Colorado will put on 4 more bodies, fresh bodies. Casario will carry from his own blue line. Handles out to center ice now as it'll be carried over the line by Dylan Hassel. Hassel in the high slot, looks to Guadani. Guadani looks at Nightenbach and still keeps it off into the corner. In down low to be slung off the boards to Corey Taylor. Taylor will wrap it in around behind the net. Guadani can't quite control it, so the Buffs will play it out to center ice with 30 seconds remaining on the penalty. Minute and a half remaining in our first period. Burke Kemper here shorthanded will wrap the puck in down low as he'll meet up with Casaria in the corner. Casaria will push the pile and the puck out to center ice. First one to it will be Taylor. Taylor in over the line. Nitchin will meet up with them. Taylor stops at the top of the circle looking for an option. Looks to Hassel on the near side. Casaria and him will exchange. Hassel with 3 seconds on the power play as the puck will be pushed off into the corner, and we are back to even strength with a minute remaining in the first period of play. Nitchin will carry out to center ice. Jarman onto the ice for Doyle, who just came out of the box. Left for Hector, takes a shot, gloved out of the air by Diedrich, and he'll hang on for the save, pushing and shoving after the play. 49.9 seconds remaining in our first period. Some shots back and forth. In the intermission, we'll be able to get you an exact tally. But a pretty even hockey game from Boulder. Carter will come in to take the job for Colorado. Luke Carter will push the pile as Wigton will escape out of the corner with it. Pilkington has the puck jump over his stick and almost had a 2-on-1. Headed back the other way as Pilkington got taken down behind the play. It looks like he took a stick up into the chin area. No calls. He's slow to get up. Played offense against the boards with 30 seconds remaining in the period. Shuffled across to the near side of the ice. No, Buffalo's home, so the Rams will control against the boards. It'll be flipped out to center. Wigton will skate back from his own blue line. Tries to push some traffic as Hunter Clark got a piece of it. Now Mick Bruce will rotate at center. Spins it away to Jarman. Jarman with 16 seconds will take a contact shoulder into the boards from Fiegel. Jarman still with it somehow into the corner. He's a hard guy to push off the puck as Bruce has it now. Through some traffic. That one goes wide. Rebound off the backboards will be picked up and carried by Luke Fiegel. 3 seconds remaining. Kardash's hands for one shot, and Wigton from the circle will take a shot, and a glove by Dax Diedrich. Not sure what it counted anyway as the buzzer sounds. And that'll do it for our first 20 minutes of play. And after 20 minutes of play, 0-0 score, Derek. Interesting start to the game. Fun back and forth.
Yeah, definitely a fast game. It's kind of expected between these two teams, though. We knew they were going to come out fast and try to play real hard. Surprising, though, as you mentioned a little earlier, that we don't have a goal yet on the board. It's a little surprising given last night's score. But that may be a symptom of, again, these guys just know each other so well that it may come down to who's going to make that first mistake.
And make sure to send your tweets during the intermission, and we will read them out. Send us a picture where you're watching. Send us your favorite chirp. Keep it appropriate, and we'll put it up on the broadcast. You can find us on Twitter. You can find me at Joe Parrish. You can find Derek at @DMickelson_. We're going to step aside, but after 20 minutes of play, we are tied at 0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the Rocky Mountain Showdown on ice. Colorado and Colorado State from Boulder, Colorado. 0-0 after 1. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado. Second period of action set to get going from the rec center. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson on Saturday night. 0-0 after 1, Derek. We saw some good back and forth, and we'll take a look at some first period stats. You mentioned scoreless after 1. Shots on goal are also tied. Power plays are also tied. And so we had to go down to some seasonal statistics to find any difference from tonight's game. And on the year, Colorado has outscored CSU by 8 goals rather. And I think if Colorado's going to win the goal, they're going to score more goals, Derek.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those where it's going to, as of right now anyway, it's been so even that it's going to come down to, like I was saying in that first period, the first mistake, unfortunately, is what it's going to seem like. So for these two teams, they're going to have to make sure they're sharp and they're ready to go at all times of this game, because you take that one shift off, and that could be the difference tonight.
Back underway in Boulder, Colorado. Joe Paris, Derek Michelson here with you on Saturday night. 0-0 after 20 minutes of play. We're at even strength. Teams will swap sides of the ice. This one comes out into the slot and is free as Anders will lay down a big check. And someone's down in. I think it's O'Donnell, rather Mastrosic, who will pop up. It's a quad a lick, though, as he'll go after Bauer. Guadani will shuffle it in down low. Mastrosic looks for a centering pass, picked off in the slot by Anders, and on his horse to center ice he'll go. Played right back into the zone. A good play on the defense by Corey Taylor. And this one will be pushed down the length of the ice, and Diedrich will call for icing, and he'll get the call.
Go right back down to where we started.
Just underway. Second period, and, well, Derek, during the intermission, about 100 more people showed up.
Yep. Yeah, it's earlier start to a men's game, so kind of expected the fans to arrive a little later, and that's what they've started to do here. We'll see what our finals numbers are, but we might have to have standing room only or squish people together pretty tight.
Bauer looks like he had a chance to go to the net. Poked away at the last second by Eric Killam. Into the corner for Burke Kemper. Burke Kemper will push the pile, and he'll hand off to Bauer. Burke Kemper from his corner now will look out towards the blue line. Kardash will receive it with his left skate. Plays it off against the boards. Brought the other way by O'Donnell. Nick O'Donnell over to the left side now. Brings it over the line now with Von Rudin. Von Rudin will lose his footing and slide into the corner. John Dorr will get a touch on it. Eric Kardash will corral it in behind. And they'll play it off the boards as Gruber unable to receive it. Rams will play back and forth as Killam looking for a stretch pass as it's taken away by Kardash. Kardash there across the line. He'll take an immediate shot as Gruber will go down into the corner. See some physicality here early to start the second period. Eric Killam's mask got dislodged as we're going to get a referee's whistle. And I think the whistle might have been Killam's mask coming undone.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think that was might have been a little bit of a result of some after-the-fact physicality. A lot of these guys are trying to get those extra, like, hidden licks, you can call them, I guess, in. Some of the players, as they're trying to get up off the ice, they'll push up off the opposing player, things like that, and we're seeing a little bit of that. So refs might want to think about starting to get on top of that, or this game might progress into an area they don't want it to progress to like it has in the past.
Deep in the corner are the Rams. They'll try to spin out of it as Campbell will push it against the boards. Coyne will glove it down. Shot from Nitcher for the high slot. Sticked away into the corner by Diedrich. Picked up now by Salvato. He'll lose it in down low to Natowski. The defenseman will push it up the boards. Corralled by Hunter Clark against the boards. Back to Natowski in his own corner. Pushed along by Salvato. Now Nitchen will come on as it's sent all the way down the length of the ice. It will be a race to the puck. A quick skating Schneeberger will beat Kardash there. And the bench not happy with that one from CSU as they thought icing should have been called off, but the call will be icing.
Yeah, I'm not so sure why that one wasn't, to be honest with you, Joe. That seemed like CSU was closer to the center dot of that circle where they needed to be for that icing to be called off. But for whatever reason, the official disagreed, and they're going to bring it back down to the other end of the ice.
17:48 remaining in our second period of play. Scoreless. Hector will get it on the blue line through some traffic. That one goes wide outside the post. Jarman will take it into the corner. He'll cycle it across. Wigton had a touch on it. O'Donnell will skate away as Natowski will meet up alongside Carter. Comes through to Wigton on the line there with Jarman trying to shovel that one in, and he'll slide through and he scores! Thomas Jarman pushed the pile and somehow snuck the puck in between Diedrich's pads, and it's 1-0 Colorado. Jarman collected it himself in the corner. He battled all the way across the goal mouth, and Diedrich fell across the goal line, and you had to assume the puck wasn't going to slide under him, but Jarman somehow fished it away.
Yeah, and the officials held off on the whistle. There's some discussion, it looks like now, between one of CSU's captains and the official as to why that wasn't blown dead. Seemed like that puck was kind of hidden for a while, so the rule is supposed to be that official is supposed to blow the whistle dead if he can't see that puck anymore and it hasn't crossed the goal line yet. But he must have seen it somewhere, because he held off on that whistle, which allowed Colorado to keep pushing that pile, keep poking at it, and eventually they just got the right angle and pushed it in.
So Buffs will take the first lead of the game. They didn't have a lead last night until they were 59 minutes into the game. The Buffs taking the only lead of the game with 0.1 seconds remaining. Mick Bruce tallied one. But Colorado will jump up on top here early in the second period.
And what you hope for Colorado, Joe, is they don't make the mistake of thinking that they're in a easy kind of coast position now. I doubt they are making that mistake, but as we saw last night, it came back to bite Colorado State by that last tenth of a second, essentially. So if Colorado doesn't continue to play aggressive, this could very easily be a 1-1 game here and not too long from now.
Puck will slide in deep. Picked up by Guadani and Casaria. Guadani battling along the boards will push it out, but Dora will keep it in at the line. That one hit Diedrich and will go to the boards. Polancic will take a slap at that one. It'll go outside the post. And the puck will come to center. 16 and a half to go in our second period of play. Scoring summary, Thomas Jarman unassisted, makes it 1-0. Jarman using his body like we've seen so many times, just getting himself to the front of the net and just getting enough of a puck to propel it over the line. Well, Neff will take it from the right circle, takes a shot high on Champine, and he'll make the save and hang on.
Champine half expected that to not even get a shot off there. It seemed like he had slightly relaxed a little, was starting to kind of maybe shift his eyes up ice to see if anybody was coming down as a streaker to try to get that last second pass in and just a one-timer coming down from the point, but nobody was there, so CSU opted for the shot, and Champine was luckily able to throw his shoulder in the way.
16:15 remaining in the second. 1-0 Buffs on top. Thanks for joining us on Saturday night. It's hockey night in Boulder. We've got another game coming up right after this. CU-CSU on the women's side. We'll be streaming over on the Colorado Hockey Women's page here on live stream, so make sure to tune into that after this one. Burke Kemper will take a slash at the puck as it's kept in by Fiegel. Fiegel will push the pile, but the puck will escape outside. Kept in at the blue line momentarily as Roberts will slam it right back into the corner as Neff and Anders will meet up down low. Neff comes out of the pile with it. Slides one in front. It's loose. Saved by Champine. And it'll be caught up in the pads of Colin Champine as Nick O'Donnell will be leveled in front of the net as the Colorado defensemen were trying to get the green out of the crease.
Neff with a real nifty move there. That spin move basically just shielding the puck with his body. Sometimes some of those plays are seen as hot dogging a little bit, but that one was definitely a needed play. He had to spin to protect that puck. The best part of that play, though, was he found his guy, and I'm not sure who it was, but he found him right on the crease, right in front of Champine. That's an extremely difficult pass to make. As you're coming out of that spin, to get it on tape as quickly as he did was pretty impressive. And that's like I was talking to earlier in the game. Colorado State's a good passing team, so that's something that they're good at. So you're going to have to look for some of those opportunities if you're Colorado to try to prevent those here tonight.
Eric Kardash will go to the box for roughing out of that altercation. So third power play on the night for Colorado State. 0 for so far. Out to center ice, though, come the Buffaloes. It'll be Hector in over the line with Burke Kemper. He'll stop up, slot it in behind for Anders, who is trailing the play. Anders still with it. Decides instead of going towards the goal, he'll skate it back into his own zone to eat off some Colorado State power play time. Played off the backboards by Anders across, and beautifully slung out to center ice by Luke Coyne. So Taylor will collect from his own blue line. He'll go blue line to blue line as Anders will A lot of man up right in front of his bench. Looked like that was Guidotti. And Anders will send it all the way down the length of the ice. Diedrich got a kick on it. It'll go to the boards. Left it behind now for Dylan Hassel. Dylan Hustle Hassel, as he was nicknamed in his junior career, one of the hardest working guys out there. Over the line for the Rams as Burke Kemper got a touch on it, and it narrowly stays in the zone as Casario will push it right back in, but linesman Treziak will say he was offside, so the face-off will come out to the neutral zone. As Derek has a coughing attack as soon as I look at him. I'm sorry, Derek, I didn't mean to scare you. 14:50 remaining here in the second period of play. 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining on the Rams power play. Face-off won back by Colorado State. Killam will carry over center ice as they look to tie things up here. Played out of the zone, though, by Colorado. Diedrich will slide all the way down, and as Bauer will approach him, he'll have to cover that one up. So we'll have a face-off in the defensive zone for CSU with 49 seconds remaining on the CSU power play.
Joe, I talked earlier about taking a shift off, and Bauer doing a good job there of not doing that, chasing that puck all the way down, because what he effectively did is he forced the face-off in Colorado State zone. So that's going to at least kill another 3 to 4 seconds in this case of this power play that Colorado would have otherwise had to potentially defend.
Matt Adams will take a big slapper at that one. Rather, that was Mick Bruce, and he'll come down the length of the ice. Mastrozik, though, will scoop it up from his own circle with 30 seconds remaining on the power play for the Rams. Nothing doing so far. That one approached by Bauer, and he broke up the play as Von Rudin will throw a big punch right in front of the referee, and that's going to be a penalty. As Bauer was just skating back into the neutral zone, he got sucker punched by Von Rudin in the face. I think that would be a fair evaluation.
I would definitely agree with that. That was one of those where I think he tried to disguise it. Looked like he actually got away with disguising it. I think the official only gave him a 2-minute, and that's the case. So it looks like he got away with one there, because that could have very easily been a 5-minute or an ejection from this game.
So we'll go 4-on-4 for 22 seconds, and then Colorado will have 1:38 on the power play after 4-on-4 expires. So the ice going to open up big time. Colorado will put out their speedy skaters as Gruber's out there with Salvato, Nitchin, and Hector. Hector back now over to Salvato. He'll take a shot, and that one saved into the netting and out of play. You may remember exactly a year ago, R.J. Salvato with an absolute rocket beam shot from the top of the circle. It laced the net on that one. It made it earn it. Boy, that net was almost torn.
Yeah, it was. Sometimes it's just one of those things where you get that extra shot of adrenaline being this game against CSU, and I think you got it last year. And so we'll see if anything crazy like that happens again this year. But so far, neither of these teams really getting great outside chances like that where they're able to fully wind up and really put everything they got into it.
Hector will walk across the blue line as we are back on the power play for Colorado. Their third chance of the night. Salvato through some traffic. That one pushed back the side of the door. Rather, the fourth chance for Colorado. Nope, third, sorry. No. There's three circles there.
Fourth chance for both teams.
Okay, there we go. There's 4 circles there on my page. Keeping stats at home. There it is. All right, 1:20 remaining on the power play for Colorado. It has been confirmed it is their 4th opportunity. 0 for 3 thus far, and this one will be played out of the zone and down the length of the ice by the Rams. 13.5 remaining in our second period. 1-0. A Thomas Jarman unassisted goal is all we got on the score chart so far. Plenty of penalties for you, though. Salvato will push this one across. And in the neutral zone, will be slaying down the length of the ice as Champine will come out of his net to play that one. After gliding along, we'll have it taken away by Campbell. Campbell at center ice still with it. Finally comes free. Here's Jarman. Jarman with Nitchin, looking for Nitchin. The slot on the back door just couldn't quite connect. Jarman gave him a good pass. Is a little bit late to catch up to it. Chip to Hector and broken up to center ice by Hunter Clark. Clark will skate after it as Hector will take a shot there and stick with it with 30 seconds remaining on the Buffs power play. Burke Kemper from his own end will gather a head full of steam, headed out to center. Can't quite get by the defender, though, as O'Donnell did a good job to wrap him up coming out of the zone. 15 seconds remaining on the power play, and neither team unable to get anything going on the PP. Here's Anders. Now to Burke Kemper. Left for Bauer. Sees Anders in down low. Back and forth to Hector. They'll exchange as we're back to even strength with 12:10 remaining in the second. Sauced over to Hector. And he'll be pushed into the corner as Bauer will come after it again. So back to even strength. Buffs in deep, though, as Burke Kemper will take a little bit of contact and land on the back of the net. Bauer out to the blue line for Anders. Anders through some traffic. That one will be deflected into the corner as Neff will come up with it. He'll try to find Hassel on the wing. But Burke, Kemper, and Anders broke that one up. Meanwhile, back on the other end, it will be picked up by Von Rudin and slid in front. Puck still free off the side of the net. Looking for Neff in front, and he sends it just wide. Good opportunity for the Rams as they're swarming in front. As Neff takes a shot and a save by Champine. Another one is loose in the slot. O'Donnell takes a shot, saved by Champine, and into the corner it'll go. We'll get a referee's whistle. But 3 huge saves by Colin Champine.
Yeah, the reason Colorado State doesn't have a point on the board right now, 2 reasons. One, they tried to make one too many passes there on that first attempt where the shot was just wide, actually. And Colin Champine coming up huge for Colorado right there. At least 2 shots that would have otherwise definitely gone in. Did a phenomenal job getting in front and making sure he kept those pucks out of the net. You could see he was pretty pumped up afterwards, so it seems like his confidence is just continuing to build here, which could spell trouble for Colorado State, as when he's a confident goaltender, he's nearly unbeatable.
So a power play again for the Rams. Matt Hector called on that scrum in front of the net. He'll get a cross check. So 2 minutes to Hector, 5th power play for the Rams. 0 for 4 so far. 11:17 remaining in our second period. And we've seen a lot of penalties here tonight. This will be our 9th. And really, of the 9 or the 8 full power plays we've had so far, Derek, I can't think of any real chances.
Yeah, just a couple small chances, I think, for Colorado State. Colorado doesn't really have any so far. So neither team doing a great job on the power plays, doing a better job on the penalty kills for both sides, though.
Played off the boards, back and forth it'll go as Corey Taylor will inch his way up the boards. Out to the blue line for Hassel. Through some traffic, that one goes wide. John Doerr will pick it up off the rebound. He'll send that one down the length of the ice. 1:13 remaining on the Rams power play. 10.5 to go in the second. The captain, Luke Figa, will park in behind the net of Diedrich. Elliott Polancic, the lone forechecker, will chase him to the boards. To the near side will come Fiegel. He'll shuffle it out to center ice. And here's Daniel Mastrosic. Mastrosic takes some speed into the corner, wraps around the boards for Neff on the far side. Pelagic will light him up into the boards. Puck comes free and is sent down the length of the ice by Matt Adams. 45 to go on the Rams power play. Wigton will chase all the way down as Taylor will take it now from his own line. Out to center for Will Neff, who's had a lot of ice time tonight, but on the far side of the ice, it was Mastrosic who was about 3 feet off sides, and the referee will call this play dead.
Yeah, just a slight misplay here by Neff as he was crossing that blue line, forced him to take that extra second to corral that puck to get it over the blue line. Fortunately, on the opposite side, it wasn't seen, and Colorado State ends up being offsides there.
35 ticks to go on the CSU power play. 9:58 remaining here in the second. Half the game gone, half the second gone. Neff out at center ice will skate right at Luke Coyne. A little bit of miscommunication as Neff almost ended up alone at the left circle. Killam will chase after it into the boards, but Bradford now able to get that one down the length of the ice. O'Donnell will take it in from his own zone, avoids Polancic momentarily as this one will be pushed off by Bradford. Bradford will walk in on the right circle, takes a shot, and that one goes high. Around the boards, it'll wrap all the way out to center ice as we are back to even strength. Devin Pilkington in down low will go D-to-D with Coyne. Coyne looked for a stretch pass. Had to wait, though, as the Buffs went off for a change. Bradford will push it into the corner. Killam and him will meet up in down low as Brad will deliver a heavy shoulder. Coyne will keep it in at the blue line narrowly as he'll push it in front as we're going to get a penalty on Colorado State as Bradford got taken down in front of the CSU net by Eric Killam. It'll be touched up at the Colorado blue line, and we're going to have another penalty.
This is continuing to be a story of this game. Fortunately, though, for both teams, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, neither team able to capitalize so far. We'll see if this one is different here on the power play, but again, for Colorado, they're going to need to move that puck quickly. Colorado State doing a good job of not getting out of position in their box here when they're playing that zone defense when they're on the penalty kill. So Colorado's got to move the puck quickly to force those shifts and those changes as the zone kind of morphs in and out as guys approach the puck or retreat. And if they don't pass that puck quick enough, it just lets Colorado State just sit in the same position and they don't have to adjust or rotate or anything, which doesn't really give you any chances.
So Eric Killam in the box, 2 minutes for cross-checking. This will be the 5th Colorado power play as both teams have taken 5 penalties here through about 30 minutes of play, 32 minutes if you want the exact mark. Pilkington will break out of the zone. Here comes Matt Anders. Anders, who transferred in last year as the second semester was get going. That was really good grammar. Has been a huge difference maker, and adding Burke Kemper over the summer has given him a lot of talent to play with out on the ice. Rams, though, will send this one all the way down to the Colorado defensive zone. It'll finally come free to Burke Kemper. And here come the boys up the ice. It's going to be a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Now to Bauer on the right side. Cross back over for Burke Kemper. Couldn't quite pull the trigger as Mastrosic was bearing down on him. And this one will slide right past Anders and come down the length of the ice. 59 seconds remaining on the Buffs power play. Under 8 to go in our second period. Only a lone tally on the board. It belongs to Thomas Jarman. Nitchin from center will push it into the zone, but O'Donnell will grab that one and play it all the way down the length of the ice the other way. So Colorado will try the breakout again. Gruber over the line will be pushed off by Taylor. Sticks with it, though. Gruber in deep. Couldn't quite get anyone in front of the goal mouth as Anders will take it in from the point. D to D with Hector. Anders will go off for a change as Salvato will jump on in Anders' spot. Salvato will kind of lose that one as it's taken away and almost led to a breakaway for Will Neff. 18 seconds remaining on the power play.
And again, for Colorado, you're seeing a lot of standing around and not a lot of passing going on these power plays, so they haven't had any looks.
Salvato free at the circle, loses the puck into the corner as Jarman will take it from the exact same spot where he started the first goal sequence, out to Hector. And we're back to even strength as Salvato takes a shot from the outside and Diedrich will make the save. With 6:59 remaining in the second, so we're back to even strength. Both teams 0 for 5 on the night on the power play.
Yeah, Colorado, it's a little more expected this year. They've had quite a few chances, haven't really converted on a lot of them this year. Colorado State, kind of similar story. They've had a lot of chances, haven't converted on a lot of them. So it wasn't an expectation that these guys were going to get a lot of goals off these power plays, but that's not to say that you're okay giving up these opportunities because it just takes that one goal to either get a 2-goal lead for Colorado now or to tie this game for Colorado State. So you don't want to give them opportunities just because they haven't been good at it all year. You want to keep all 5 guys on the ice.
And on the season, I mean, both teams are converting about 1 in 5. Colorado at 20% conversion rate, CSU at 16. So mathematically, we should have gotten at least one by now.
Maybe this
but that's why you play the games, you know?
And maybe this 6-1 is the one where the goal happens. So another reason not to continue the parade to the penalty box for both teams.
Off the boards, it'll bounce. Big shot from Bruce outside. Kick save by Diedrich into the corner. Doyle will take it off there. Looks out towards Bruce. He'll hit Nick Bruce there along the end. The captain takes a shot. That one hit a body in front. It was Dylan Hassel that had it deflect off of it into the corner. Coming free with it will be Roberts, and Nick Roberts will clear it out as Bruce will take a big shoulder. Wow, he put Blake Davies there on the ground. Davies slow to get up. Bruce probably one of the hardest hitters in the ACHA. It's hard to really calibrate that statistic, but by pure contact into the boards, I'd say Bruce has probably got one of the heaviest checks. Puck will be held up at center ice with 5:39 remaining. Pushed into the zone by Polancic. Held up there, waiting for Carter. Carter through the slot. Puck got free from him at the last second as Rivard will take it. Correction, Fiegel. I don't think Rivard's actually out there. That was 23, not 13. That is Luke Fiegel. He'll play it out to Davies. Davies brings it into the zone. Takes a shot from the high slot. Deflected off a door, a stick into the corner. Pushed across along the ends now to Zach Lish. Lish has it slide past his feet. Trying to get it out to center was Carter. Carter looking for a stretch pass there to Wigton. Wigton from the high circle looking for a shot. Whiffed on the play, so we'll leave it there for Carter. Carter will cycle it off into the corner. No Buffaloes home. And the puck will trickle back and forth as it stays in the zone as Wigton makes a play in the slot. Stays free. Carter takes it up. Backhand save. Rebound still through. Another shot, and he scores! Thomas Jarman, I think, slid that one home. It looks like Diedrich had made the save, but he wasn't on top of the puck, and it appears to have just trickled through the legs.
And Joe, actually, I might correct you there on one thing. What I think actually happened is I think Diedrich was on top of the puck, but because he was jumping back towards his net to try to make that save, he sat on the puck, but his momentum carried across the line. And so I think that's how that one actually got scored. Now, it's tough to say whether or not that I was actually in or not. It's kind of a judgment call by the official, but pretty much all but 1% of his body was practically inside the goal by that point. So it was pretty safe bet that puck had traveled in underneath him. So I think that's how the goal actually happened there.
Either way, 2-0 Colorado. Thomas Jarman's got both goals. Thomas Jarman 2, Rams nothing. An even strength goal. Here come the Colorado Buffaloes again. Pilkington looking for a pass across to Bauer. He whiffed on the play as Kemper finds it off to the corner, finds Bauer. Backhand, saved by Diedrich. Rebound comes in behind the net. Bauer still on top of it. Out to Pilkington. He'll pass off to Kemper to the far side of the ice now in the corner. Bauer plays it out for Adams with a big shot through some traffic. That one, I don't think, really came close to hitting the net from where I went. With my eyes, it looked like it's about 5 feet wide. Played out to the blue line now for Adams. Adams will drop it there for Kemper. Kemper with a little bit of time, plays it through some traffic into the corner. Here it goes. Big shot from Adams. This one again missing wide. Finding Kemper off the backboards on the rebound. 3:52 to go here in the second. 2-0 game on Saturday night. Bauer from the corner looking for a pass. Had Pilkington, it missed him. So Piner will have to come out of his net. He'll skate it himself, leaving it for Pilkington with time winding down in the second period. Nitchen will start the trail up the ice. He finds Bauer as they enter the zone. Bauer got enough of that one away to find Nitchen. Big collision down into the corner. Nitchen will take some contact, trying to get the puck to George Gruber. Will Neff slides away as Gruber will play it away from both of them. Group still within, out to the blue line, finds Hector. Hector backhands it into the corner for Salvato. Killam gives him a shove. O'Donnell will play with it there as Gruber will keep it in the zone, though, as the puck was sliding towards the blue line. Into the corner now for Nitchen again. Rotated in down low for Salvato. Looking for Gruber in the slot, finds him there, shoots it, a kick save by Diedrich, but a great play from Salvato out into the slot. Back the other way come the Rams. Picked up now by Von Rudin, and Von Rudin will fly that one off into the corner. After the first one to it, chased down by Will Neff to the blue line through some traffic. That one goes just wide. Salvato will crack it to the puck at the boards. Chips it off there. Killam keeps it in at the blue line. Chased down into the corner for Will Neff. Neff will start the pile down low. Puck will bounce free now to Luke Coyne with 2:44 remaining in the second period of play. Salvato can't get it out of the zone. Von Rudin slides it off of a player. Fiegel from center ice takes a shot from Nitchen. Down into the corner for Matt Hector. 2.5 to go in the second period. Salvato now out to center ice alongside Nitchen. He'll play it forward to John as he'll come up on his horse into the corner and take a big check in down low. Heavy shoulder to Nightenbach. They'll shuffle into the corner as the puck will come to the stick of Eric Killam. And Killam looks to get it out as it'll come all the way down the length of the ice. This one should be marked and awarded an icing call. 2:09 remaining in the second period of play. 2 Thomas Jarman goals is where we are right now. And, in terms of scoring chances, they really haven't seen any. I mean, we've seen 2 individual effort plays that, to be quite frank, were what you would call garbage goals.
Yeah, but sometimes that's what it takes. Again, you just got to throw it at the front of the net, and if you have bodies there sometimes, that's all that matters. And Colorado taking advantage of that. 2-on-1 into the zone. Second defenseman catches up. It's Doyle. A shot on net that will be handled by Champine. And we'll get a referee's whistle killing the play. And what you see right there, too, is also part of the difference. Champine doesn't let out a lot of rebounds. And when he does, he lets them out in somehow, like the right spot, practically every single time where the opposing players aren't. And so for Colorado, they're fortunate in that respect where they don't give the opposing team a lot of opportunities to make some of these, as we call them, garbage goals. Whereas so far tonight for Diedrich, we've seen a couple pucks kind of bounce off of him and go a little astray and find a Colorado player who's able to take a second and a third whack at it. And when you start getting those second, third, fourth, sometimes fifth chances, odds are in your favor if you're an offensive player. 1:44 remaining in the second period of play. Rams will carry out to center ice. O'Donnell will chase after it into the corner. Cardash will shove him in down low as they'll wrap the puck up and start the pile along the near side corner. 1.5 remaining in the second period of play. The Rams would love to get on the scoreboard here as the second period is almost completed. Pile will move itself very briefly as Bradford will come free with it. And this one we push down the length of the ice. Chris Doyle will chase after it. First one to the puck, though, will be Hassel. Oh, boy, he lays out Chris Doyle into the corner. What a hit there. Doyle tries to go get a revenge shot on him. Misses from the blue line. Touched in front. Elliott Polancic almost got a piece of that one. And Elliott Polancic, if any player I've ever seen, has got the best hand-eye coordination. Just missing on that one. If you don't watch Colorado hockey, Elliott Polancic, you got to keep an eye on him. I mean, he's got the ability to touch the puck out of the air and
redirect it better than any player I've seen at this level at all.
Yeah, he does a phenomenal job. He's got real soft hands, too, which allows him to do some things with the puck that some of the other guys on the roster can't do all the time. But big thing for me on that last little set of plays, if you will, Doyle's got to be careful. And Colorado as a whole, they sometimes have a problem, the mentality of getting those revenge shots, especially when they get these 2-goal leads. They try to take that one extra shot and let the opposing team, in this case CSU, know who they are. So Colorado's got to be really careful not to do that in this game, especially because you just need that one shot that's going to go in, and it's going to give some momentum back to Colorado State. So got to play smart hockey here if you're Colorado.
42 seconds remaining in the second period. 2-0 Colorado. 2 Thomas Jarman second period goals. Played in deep into the corner. Bodies will collect along the near side boards. Deep in the Colorado zone. Comes free in the high slot. Taken away at the last second by Elliott Polancic. There's that quick stick we talked about. And here comes Polancic alongside Bradford. We're going to have a 2-on-1. Brad looks across. Slotting down is O'Donnell in front. Polancic fires and a save by Diedrich. And the net is dislodged as bodies go flying into the corner. And oh boy, here we go. Dog pile in the far side corner. John Dora coming to take care of some business for Colorado. And I can't tell who's down low, but we've got a lot of green and gold mixed up.
Polancic is exchanging some blows right now with, it looked like, Jordan Netskowski.
And I see Dax Diedrich looking at Colin Champine. Diedrich trying to get Champine's attention as they'll look at each other. Those two guys, they know each other.
Acknowledge him, but Champine's actually a heady player here, where sometimes he baits the opposing goalie, and that's what we're seeing now.
Oh boy, here we go. Here comes Diedrich out to center ice. Champine and Diedrich know each other very well. Champine telling Diedrich it's 2-0. And in behind the play, Chris Doyle is down on the ground, and looks like Vitalski's going to give him a shot. As Champine skates all the way out to center ice to remind Dax Diedrich it's 2-0, as we'll have a parade to the penalty box with 19.9 seconds remaining in the second period of play. John Dora will go to the box. We'll see if they throw Chris Doyle out.
Champine getting into it with CSU's bench a little bit here.
Both Polancic and Doyle have been sent to the locker room for Colorado. Matt Adams will hand the sticks out to Trevor Landgraf, waiting for him, and we'll see if they return in this game. But boy, that escalated there heavily as Doyle was on the bottom of the pile. We saw John Dora come in to throw a few punches.
Polancic getting sent off the ice is huge for Colorado. That's, well, I guess technically it's huge for Colorado State in that case. Polancic, he doesn't show up on the stat sheet all the time. And in fact, he's got relatively low numbers for what you'd expect for a guy that plays as hard and as consistent as he does. So for Colorado, that's a real big loss. He's that kind of unsung hero type player. So Colorado already struggling through various injuries and stuff coming into tonight is going to have their work cut out for them to maintain this 2-goal lead the rest of this game.
And all the team, well, for at least for Colorado, I'm not sure. I haven't looked at CSU's schedule for now. And actually, I'm looking at it right now. And the next game for both these teams is the Pepsi Center game. So you know exactly what Colin Champine was thinking, that he doesn't want to get in a fight with Diedrich because he'd be suspended for the Pepsi Center game. And
yeah,
you don't want to miss that.
Well, and again, as I was saying, as they were going towards each other, now we got a little more time to perhaps finish the thought. Champine, we've seen him do this once already this year, where he's baited the other goaltender to come out and drop gloves, because the second the officials see that, they're going to be all over it, and they're not going to let those two go at it. But what they will do a lot of times is they'll give the penalty to the guy that dropped the gloves and took the mask off, because to them it looks like he's instigating, even though they didn't necessarily see the lead up to it, where occasionally it's been Champine. So a heady player in that respect, where he gets the other goaltender to make the mistake, but so far he's 0 for 2 this year on getting other goaltenders to bite on that.
19.9 seconds remaining in the second period. Tensions flaring here at the University of Colorado Rec Center. They sold out CU Ice Center. Call it a sellout.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Close enough.
We're taking up a handful of seats, so
yeah,
those are about the only ones.
There's a lot of fans around the outside.
That's true.
But boy, that was exciting there. They're going to have to figure this one out. We'll go down during the intermission. We'll get the official word on penalties, possible ejections, whatever. For now, though, it looks like up on the board they have Hunter Clark for Colorado State. John Dora in the box for Colorado, yelling back and forth with somebody on the Rams bench. You know, I love broadcasting, Derek, but it's so much fun to be down there sometimes between the benches.
You hear some things you would have never thought you would have heard otherwise.
Well, Polancic's only got 2 minutes up on the board for Colorado.
Adjusted to 5 here.
Oh, now he's got a 5-minute major. So I'm assuming he got a 5-minute major for fighting, in which case he could be done for the game. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes the officials won't throw him out. Sometimes they will. At this level, there's a lot of discretion for the referees.
Yeah, and sometimes these guys, we had 19.9 seconds up on the board, sometimes they'll just take their early trip to the locker room because even if a goal is scored, they're not going to be released. So, although in this case, I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that he was, I guess you could call it an educated guess maybe, that he was actually ejected for this game because of how quick he went to that door. He didn't even think about it. He just immediately went, which tells me the referee told him, you're done for tonight. Go take a shower and watch it from the stands.
Well, I'd love to grab Elliott if he is out of the game and talk to him about that play. Maybe we'll see if we can grab him for the third period.
Absolutely.
So, officially, it'll be another power play for Colorado State. We'll go 5-on-4 for a full 2 minutes, and then it'll be a 3-minute power play, 5-on-4 for the Rams. And that'll go down as their 6th power play of the night. And because of scoring, it'll actually go down as their 6th and their 7th chance for the statistics on a major penalty, which really complicates the whole score sheet.
Yeah.
I will say I don't envy the Thompson twins down in the scoring table for having to figure this one out.
Yeah, I saw some furious writing down there from, I believe that was Zach doing the actual writing.
And Matt Hector's going to be serving the Elliott Polancic penalty for the remainder of the period. Time winding down, though, in the second. 15 seconds remaining as the puck will trickle to the corner. Burke Kemper will come down and lay down a big shot. Out of the zone, though, will count Colorado State with 8 seconds. Through center comes Casaria. Casaria takes a shot, saved by Champine. Deflected off into the corner and into the netting and out of play with 0.8 seconds remaining in the second period. So that'll effectively do it for the second. On the board to start the third period, they'll be a minute 40 of 4-on-3, and then it will be 5-on-4 for 3 minutes to finish out that penalty sequence. 2-0, though, as we'll have the drop of the puck in the buzzer, and that's what we got, and that'll do it. And here we go. We got a little bit more pushing and shoving as Casaria took a shot after the whistle, and they take exception to that as Casaria is trying to rip Matt Adams' head off. And here comes Colin Champine to center ice, and I'm sure he and Diedrich will say hello to each other as they stop up at center and they joke off with each other. They're very familiar with each other as they're talking at center.
Yeah, and that seems more friendly than anything. Both of them giving each other a little tap afterwards with their sticks.
But Matt Adams down on the bottom of the pile there with somebody in green, white, and gold, as he kind of had a feeling that was coming towards the end of the period. We'll see if they'll hand out any penalties as Matt Adams had his helmet ripped off by Brian Casaria. But the teams will slowly head to the locker room to finalize our second period of play. And boy, with 20 minutes of hockey remaining in this contest, you've got a feeling we're going to see a little bit of contact, Eric.
Yeah, don't go anywhere for this third period as the lights come on around the rink here. Don't go anywhere for this third period. It's going to be a real exciting one between these two teams. They can already start to see some of the blood boiling up, and a lot of the security officials that were kind of monitoring the stands more have now ventured over towards the locker room areas to make sure the teams are separated and not trying anything. So should be interesting to see how that carries over to the third period, or if both coaches go in there and tell them knock it off. We still got one more game to see these guys later in the year at a more impressive venue. You know, it's and now we get the lights to go actually all the way off here at the rink.
Do you want to show that on the screen? They're going to do.
Yeah, we're
going to show this. This is a really cool sight actually here in Boulder. Derek's going to go run over and try and run camera. Let's see if his headset let him go that far. As it's going to be dark here in the rec rink. As actually this is what they do for the nighttime skating. We've got the Christmas lights up all the way around the rink, and they're going to play musical chairs here at center ice. So this will be quite a sight. As
you want to stay in and
do you want to call
music? Let's
do you want to call musical chairs?
That sounds pretty fun, actually.
Audrey, you want to make your broadcasting debut and call musical chairs? Great. Throw a headset on. Throw the headset on. You're going to call musical chairs with us. Put your headset on. Audrey Rodriguez is going to join us now because we got nothing better to do with our time. So Joe, Derek, and Audrey here, and we're going to call fraternity musical chairs here in a second. And Derek, I have nothing better to do during the intermission, so why not? It's our final game here.
Absolutely.
All
Final
right.
game. Yeah, let's do it. It's going to be should be interesting here, although I'm waiting to see if we have contestants. I see chairs, but no contestants.
Oh, I know Alex Palumbo is going to be one of the contestants.
Well,
Okay.
I'm pretty bad at musical chairs, so let's see how this goes.
Okay, Audrey, our resident musical chairs expert. We're going to go to Audrey Rodriguez now. Audrey, what would be your strategy for musical chairs
For
tonight?
musical chairs, I think the thing is to go fast. Don't be,
But it's on
going
ice.
slow.
You don't want to fall.
You know what, Joe?
What?
You still have to go fast.
Still go fast. Go fast, Derek, our other resident musical chairs expert. Military veteran. I know there's a lot of musical chairs played in the mess halls, right?
Actually, not so much. you kind of get yelled at for that, but
See, Joe, if you were out there, you would just fall on your face right away.
What if I was in the military?
If you were out there on the ice.
No, I wouldn't. I've never fallen on the ice.
Okay, that's what you say.
Derek, have I ever fallen on the ice?
not while wearing shoes. I'm not sure about skates, though.
Oh, skates doesn't. No, okay. I've definitely fallen on skates
Yeah.
because I'm a hockey player and hockey players fall.
I haven't seen you fall on shoes, though, so.
I'm very good at that. That is like.
Oh, you know what? It also looks like we got. I don't know if he's going to call it or if he's going to participate. It looks like we've got PA announcer Bobby Recavina is going to either call it from right there.
I think he's going to broadcast it too. We'll broadcast him broadcasting it.
We got him center of the screen in the gray shirt
good.
there.
This is great. This is great. How you like this? Okay, so Bobby is also a Ralphie runner.
Yes.
And if you're not familiar with University of Colorado sports life, before all the football games, they bring out the live mascot, Ralphie, and they run him all the way around Folsom Field.
Yeah, it's
and
considered one of the greatest traditions in college football.
if not the greatest tradition.
Yeah.
The greatest tradition in college football is winning.
Sure.
We don't do that super well. We did it once in 1990.
This year we've struggled slightly.
By the way, that 1990 national championship, we actually split.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that's revisionist history. Anyways, all right, we're
may
gonna,
or may not have also been a fifth play.
the
in
fifth
that.
down. Yeah, absolutely. There's a fifth down. I just watched that 20 for 20, the 30 for 30 on that, which was really good. Also, I think someone just lit up in here, Derek. You
yeah,
smell
I was
that?
just going to say, it smells a little like Boulder, Colorado
I
in
think
here.
someone is taking part in a little bit of.
How dare they?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now I can smell it.
You smell that? Oh, God.
That's pretty strong. I'm
Only
surprised
Colorado.
that
As soon as the lights went out, of course someone lit up.
Yeah, but I'm surprised somebody did, because when the lights go out, you could see that the flicker of light there.
Maybe
the
it's like a
flame
little
or-
brownie someone's eating a little
Well, the
too
brownie
close
wouldn't
to
smell
us.
like
Yeah.
this.
It
Wait,
may
okay,
be
let me
one
tell
of
you,
those-
Derek.
those
The
vape
police
things.
officers are down in the locker room area, so
They
they
are.
know there's no supervision up here.
They are, yeah. This is the one time they are away from the fans, because we typically do have the police officers. Oh, looks like we're getting a few. Apparently, it's not Greeks.
It's
unless
little
we
kids.
have, we
Oh,
have some
God.
of the smallest fraternity members here at
These are
CU.
freshmen out on the ice right now.
Yeah.
These are some of University of Colorado's freshmen. I was under the impression we were going to have the Greek kids doing this.
I was as well.
Okay, well, instead we're going to get the mini-mites out on the ice, and maybe goaltender Alex Palumbo. Well, okay, this is a little bit different than what I thought we'd get, but that's all right. We're going to get the mini-mites, all the kids.
we got a showman here.
Who we got? Oh, this guy dancing on the near
yeah,
side?
I like how they're wearing helmets.
That's a liability thing.
That's yeah. They have
okay.
to sign a safety waiver, so that way if they do fall, they can't sue the university, and they're also
Wow,
protected
look at
that
them
way.
dancing out there. They're going to hurt themselves.
I've got a favorite. Do you guys have a favorite? You see this little guy coming in on the left side of the screen. He's a little guy. He's walking around the outside of the far circle now. He's my favorite
Why, because he's small like you?
because he's small like me. Thank you, Audrey, for that great.
And just
I think that's Jacqueline's son.
I think it is as well.
I think it's Jacqueline Adams, the athletic trainer's son. All right, so we're
And
ready to
just-
go.
Just a quick note to the people at home: we do apologize that this is so dark. We didn't anticipate the lights going down, so we don't have our camera as appropriately white balanced as we should. But you can hopefully get the general idea of
There's
what's
some
going on.
unfair advantage here. There's two adults sitting out there.
There are two adults out there.
But you know what? I think the kids actually have an advantage in this case because they're going to be a little lighter on their feet, so they may not slip and fall quite as hard as an
I
adult might.
anticipate some injuries here. I don't know.
I don't. All right, here we go.
All
So
right,
we are
here we
gonna. This
are.
will be a clockwise
You're starting
game.
to walk slow. No running yet.
Did we? Oh, I didn't pick a favorite. I'm going
Someone's
with.
skipping.
Let's see here.
Chairs are being
It looks
thrown
like we
out.
got two pulled away, so we'll have two
Ooh,
people out. in
double
the first
elimination. Oh,
one. Oh,
no. Yes, my
Everybody's-
guy's alive. All right.
I'm going for. I don't know how to describe him. I guess this kid here, sort of in front with the green shoulders, and looks like almost a hockey sweater he's wearing, has like a hoodie. I'm going with that guy because he had some pretty sweet dance moves coming
I
out.
like the pink pants down there.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah, that
All right,
girl is
pink pants.
rocking them.
I think she's the only remaining female competitor. Oh, there's two. There's two.
There's some cheaters over here. Look at that guy cutting in line.
We got a little bit of moonwalking there.
Yeah.
So this is good.
Some people are scared holding onto those chairs. Oh.
Here we go. Oh!
Wow.
Almost a broken wrist over there.
And he's fast to get out of that circle.
He is mad.
My guy's still alive though down
Throwing
there.
down those arms over there.
And we got one of the adults out, it looks like, so far.
Okay, so we're getting down to the final 9, 8.
Oh, a little running, a little slower there.
Got
Get Pink Pants is gonna
7
stay in
chairs
there.
out there, I believe.
Oh, this is where it gets good, boys. Oh,
And the
oh!
other adult eliminated.
Oh, my girl.
Oh, this is a kid's game now. Oh, did you see that spin in the chair?
That's my guy. That's the one I was telling
That's
you
your
about.
guy?
Skill,
He's
something
got-
that you may not
He's
have.
got some swagger out there on that ice.
Swaggy.
All right, here we go. Round 4 of
Touching the chairs there.
Yeah, a little bit of tomfoolery. No touching. That's right, Bobby. You tell him, Bobby.
We even got some pushing going on.
Oh,
we made it.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
I believe, was that Jacqueline's son that was eliminated just
Life
there?
is over. I don't care about anything else. My
Yeah.
guy lost.
My guy's still in.
No touching the chairs. All right, we're
Right,
down to
down
our
to-
final 5. This is riveting
There's
stuff.
fight's gonna break out here soon.
Yeah.
That'd be
These kids are
great.
intense.
Ja- Jackson Riddell on the far side. Oh.
You know what's gonna happen?
Derek, I know
Someone's
your guy's
fall
gonna win.
on their
I'm
bottom.
hoping so. He's looking pretty strong so far.
We got Pierce Matty hanging out with us here, too. We're going to give him a headset as soon as it's finalized, and he's going to give his reaction to this. You're going to be on next. We're going to put your headset on, and you're going to give us a breakdown of this. Oh, yeah.
Someone's gonna have a wet bottom after this as they fall on that.
Oh!
See, I said it.
What a
Did you
call.
hear
That
me?
was a
I
pretty
know.
good call
Ow,
there.
Don't punch me.
I didn't punch you. You hit me. Tone it down. Boy, okay.
Glad I'm on this side of the
Hey, look what they
broadcast
did
area.
over the door of the CSU locker room.
That's
the
actually
women's
that's the
locker room.
women's home locker room.
Oh.
They play next.
Someone told. Okay.
Yeah, they put up some streamers for their senior night.
Okay, we're getting down to the final 3.
Oh, look, it's
Ooh,
a
they're
tie.
fighting.
It's
They're
literally
fighting.
a tie on that chair.
What's it gonna be?
Oh, there we go. All right.
We're just gonna
Jackson
replay
hits the
it.
music.
We're gonna
The scariest
replay
part
it with
when
that
you can't
tie.
touch a chair.
This is playing with fire here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's girl against guy.
All right.
Here we go.
This
Oh,
presents-
Whoa!
gotta be
Got a
careful.
little excited.
A little early premature celebration going on down there.
Oh.
Okay.
She's just in his face.
Oh,
How does this
man.
work?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Something
God.
bad's about to
Yeah,
This is not going to end well. There's a big weight differential between our final 2 competitors.
yeah.
This is the person who's playing the music is obviously wants one of them to win.
Well, you can ask Jackson about
There.
it.
Oh!
Oh!
Some chivalry going
A little
on
bit of
there.
chivalry.
Representing the female.
He even gave the
he raised her
hand
hand.
signal of here. Why don't you take a seat there? That was pretty good there.
Tell all the people what's her name.
There we go.
We got Maddie apparently won it.
The girls usually always win, Joe.
Not always.
What's it like
This
to be
time.
back?
Maddie the 10-year-old
Because
winning.
against me, you know,
In what?
everything.
Okay, you're on. There we go. All right. Well, Derek, take a big zoom out shot so we can see those pretty lights around the ice. Look at that. How cool is that? What a sight here in Boulder.
Ooh, Lady Gaga.
A little bit of poker face. Well, Derek, should we take a break? Okay, we're going to throw up the graphic and take a break. But
Thanks for letting me join you, Joe.
You're welcome,
It's a
Audrey.
pleasure. Audrey Rodriguez signing off.
goodbye, Audrey. We'll talk to you later. Derek and I are also going to take a break. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the 3rd period of action. Colorado leads 2-0 after 2 periods of play. Physicality heating up. You won't want to miss the 3rd. You're tuned into University of Colorado men's hockey presented by Radio 1190. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the 3rd period of play. Don't go anywhere. This is sports. Well, Derek, for the last time ever, welcome back to the University of Colorado in Boulder. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson here on our senior night. this is it for us, Derek. This will be our final period of hockey here from Boulder. And hope it's a good one. Colorado leads 2-0 after 2 periods of play. And that one got violent there at the end. Let's go through some stats through 2 periods of play. Of course, score 2-0. Shots on goal through 2 periods. Colorado leads 23-18. The power play numbers are self-evident. 0 for 8 and 0 for 9. Do the simple math. It's 0 for 17 on the night. And Elliott Polancic will be done for the night. He's been given a misconduct. He will be able to play, though, at the Pepsi Center. He wasn't given a game misconduct, so he is just done for today. And we'll see him in 2 weeks in Denver.
Yeah, and Joe, at the end of that period, just a point for the people at home. If they notice 3 Buffs in the box and 3 Rams in the box, we had a matching penalty there at the end of the period. Both players got 2-minute minor for roughing there after the horn blew last period. So,
and we are underway in Boulder, 3rd period. Numbers out on the ice: 4 gray and gold, 4 green and white, trimmed in gold. So we will skate 4-on-4 for another minute and a half, and then we will have a 3-minute even power play for the Rams. And, well, Derek, from that point, it's in their hands. We'll see how many more penalties we have tonight. Educated guess would say a few more.
Yeah.
Puck will stay in the zone as Neff will hang with it at the blue line. It'll be pushed back and forth as Bauer will come after it. We are 4-on-4 for another minute here, just underway in the 3rd period of play. 2 Thomas Jarman goals. I took a look at the second one during the intermission, and that one narrowly slid through, and it had the movement that you had described with Diedrich falling backwards and the puck kind of just sliding with him.
Yep. Yeah, not overly surprised. That was one of those where, unfortunately, you're playing on an ice surface, and you're going to slide. There's not much you can do about it. Credit to Diedrich, though, doing everything he possibly can to make sure that puck stays out of the net, but unfortunately not going his way so far tonight.
So just underway here in the 3rd period of play. Thanks for joining us. Saturday night hockey, the Rocky Mountain Showdown on ice. We'll do this one more time down in Denver.
Center Ice Showdown.
Center Ice Showdown. Hashtag Center Ice Showdown. Puck will slide back into the zone. Eric Kardash will pick it up from the blue line. Just spoke to his mother. They made it all the way down from Calgary, Alberta for the game. Luke Coyne will take some contact as the puck will slide in around the boards. We'll see if CSU can try and do something here early. Their chances have been few and far between as Kardash will take it in from the corner. He'll look to cycle it for Nitchin, and it'll slide by. Roberts will come after it as Coyne will keep it in against the glass. Nitchin will touch it along. Roberts there waiting alongside Nitchin. Nitchin will skate with it in behind the net of Diedrich. Onto the ice comes Pilkington for Kardash. Slips over to Pilkington against the glass as he'll take some contact in front of the Colorado women's team, which is watching down on ice level before their game coming up right after this. Burke Kemper from center ice will try to slot it in between the legs of Fiegel and Nitchin. In front back for Burke Kemper, just miss it on the tip of the stick. Back outside for Hector, to Pilkington it'll go. Pilkington a big shot, that one's blocked away by Nightenbach. I talked to Yari's brother Luke during the intermission. Luke finishing off his degree here at the University of Colorado after a great playing career. Said it's weird watching Yari playing in the green and white after Luke, Andy, and Jeff Nightenbach all played here for CU in the black and gold. Down in behind the net. Wraparound attempt is blocked off the side of the net as Guidotti couldn't do anything there, and Yari Nightenbach took a little bit of an extra whack at Colin Champine, who was having none of that.
Had some words for him pretty quickly there, Champine, but luckily nothing comes of it. No more extracurriculars after the play. Both teams keeping as many people as they can out of the box for now.
So we're back to a 5-on-4 power play. This will go in the books as the 6th and 7th opportunity on the major penalty for Colorado State. Numbers will be 5-on-4 for another 2.5 minutes. What are you signaling to me?
8th and 9th.
8th and 9th.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, whoops, you're right. I did not read that correctly. I forgot to add. There was too many there at the end of the period. I got a lot of circles down on the page for the power play category.
Actually, this will be 9th and 10th technically,
yeah.
Because although the roughings, they're matching, so they kind of offset. But
you see all those circles? There's a lot of circles. None of my circles, for anyone at home who cares how I keep stats, I draw a circle, and if there's a power play goal, you fill it in.
Yep.
We have a lot of blank circles tonight. No filled-in circles, 0 power play goals.
Looks like Joe just got bored and is doodling.
It does. It looks like I just...
Although this game has been nothing but boring.
It's been a fun one. It's getting picked up physicality. As you know, the boys at the end of the second period were getting into it with each other. We'll see if that continues here in the third. Deep in the corners, Bauer. Hector will lay down his shoulder as Salvato will send it out of the zone here with a minute 54 remaining on the power play for the Rams.
For those of you at home wondering what those big white squares on those boards behind Colorado State's net are, they're actually the senior night poster for the women's team, which we'll have, as Joe said a couple times, coming up here after this game.
Puck will be sent out of the zone again by Colorado. It'll be Luke Carter that'll lead the rush down the ice as Diedrich will come out of his net to play it from the corner. Minute and a half remaining on the power play for the Rams. 16:45 remaining in our 2-0 third period. Picked up by Jarman. Jarman, who's got two, looking for a third, will lose it. Deep into the corner. Jarman's had a much different role on the team this year. Saw a lot of time up on the first and second line last year. This year he's fallen back into the third line, but has embraced the role as of late he's come hot. Neff will bring it in over the line for the Rams on the power play for another minute. He'll circle off into the corner. Leaves it there for O'Donnell. Down low, looking for a pass. It looks like it's Mastrosic down there. O'Donnell exchanges behind. Mastrosic will catch up to it. Back to Neff. Takes a shot. Saved by Champine. Rebound cleared out of the slot. Down the length of the ice.
It's a real good lift by Neff there to try to get that over Champine's shoulder. Fortunately, just hit Champine right there in the face mask, but it was a good job by Neff, not just kind of settling for the on-ice shot because Champine was already low and ready for it.
Hassel brings it into the zone with 30 seconds remaining on the power play. 15:48 remaining here in the third. Dorr will slide it off the glass, kept in at the blue line. Through some traffic, it'll come to the corner again for Hassel. Hassel will meet up there as Bradford will take the puck. Trying to get it out of the zone. A good play, though, by Guadagni to come onto the scene and take that one away. Sent from the corner, and this one will slide all the way out to center ice. And that'll effectively do it with 6 seconds remaining on the power play. It'll be brought in over the line by Knightenbach. Knightenbach from the circle takes a shot, save. Rebound goes to the boards as we're back to even strength with 15:19 remaining in the third. Rams still have it deep in the zone. Coyne, though, will send a backhand around the far side board. Jumping up into the play and sending it around will be Casaria. And it will come all the way to Champine, who will cover up for the save. 15:08 remaining here in the third. And again, we've seen a lot of power play opportunities, still no goals.
Yeah, it's just not going either way for either team tonight on the power plays. Colorado, just the difference being those couple of, we couldn't call them garbage goals, as they were just trying to clean up the trash there in front of the net. But other than that, it's been a pretty low-key game in terms of scoring.
Blocked out by Burke, Kemper from Fiegel's stick. And out to center comes Matt Anders. Anders has got a little bit of speed, and he's got Jake Bauer trailing the play. Anders trying to turn and get the puck to Bauer. Stops at the circle. Almost hits Burkemper on the fly. Picked up from the boards and brought the other way by Schneeberger. Justin Schneeberger through center ice. He's been a big part of this rivalry over the last few years. Down into the corner. Into the hands of Matt Hector. Hector will lose it off the back of the skates of Anders. Bodies will fly up against the glasses. Hector will carry back in behind his own net with 14.5 to go in the third period. Burkemper touches it along the boards. Out to Matt Anders, and there they go. Out to Jake Bauer on the stretch pass. Anders will go off for a change, looking for Adams in the slot. Leaves it for Burkemper. Takes a shot. He scores! A bottle knocker from Chris Burkemper. A laser beam over the shoulder of Diedrich, and it's 3-0 Colorado. Wow, what a shot!
That was a phenomenal shot. Diedrich guessing low the entire way, was already on his knees before that shot was released. And this Burkemper just saw it, waited that extra second on that puck, took a smart shot instead of just slapping it at the net. And for him, he's going to get his first goal of the night here on that.
He sent that water bottle flying into the boards as the puck roofed it. What a shot by Chris Burkemper. And he had some velocity on that one, my goodness. And it's 3-0 Colorado. So Burkemper will add the scoring tally, and that'll make it 3-0 Buffs. Right back over the line comes Colorado. They smell blood. In comes Salvato. Couldn't quite pull the trigger in the slot. Brought the other way now by O'Donnell. Down the ice they'll go. With some speed is Von Rudin. He'll take a big spill into the boards from Mick Bruce, and that's going to draw a penalty as Von Ruden's holding his left arm as he threw the gloves off, and he's going to skate slowly to his bench, but we're going to get another Colorado penalty. As you know, I don't want to speak medically here because I don't have a degree, but I think he popped his shoulder out on that one.
I don't think it's a shoulder, Joe, on that one, because I'm seeing a lot of hand movement, and what I'm seeing him actually hold is more of his elbow than his shoulder. Trainer Jacqueline for CU is she's helping both benches, it looks like, but she's all over that. She's ready to go right there. I don't think that was a shoulder. He was just holding it a little too low on his elbow, and he had some movement with his shoulder. It kind of looked like he was controlling his arm still somewhat.
So another power play for the Rams. What is this, 11?
This would be, yes, number 11.
Number 11, 0 for 10 on the night. That's not good for the stats. On the year, they were converting 16% coming into this game.
That's definitely going to take a pretty decent hit here tonight.
And that'll drop down. As out to center will come George Gruber. He'll leave it there for Coyne on the back door for Nitch, and he scores! John Nitchin, a short-handed goal. And it's 4-0 Colorado. Coyne gave him the pass, and Nitchin finished it. A short-handed goal for the Buffaloes.
And that's almost, you can't really fault Dax Diedrich on that one. It's one of those where that's just going to be almost impossible for him to stop. Yet both Buffalo's players that were coming in hot on that one, both of them on their strong side of their stick, which means they're going to be able to hit that thing forehanded, not backhanded. So they're going to get some power on it. And Colorado, it was too easy, honestly. There's not much you can say about that one. It was very, very pretty play for the Buffaloes. CSU just way out of position on that one.
And Colorado State going to take a timeout. Head coach Eric Sunnis not happy with the third period. A big goal from Chris Kemper from the circle, and now a shorthanded one from John Nitchin has doubled it up to 4-0. 13:38 remaining in the third period of play, and Derek, I hate to say it, but you can feel this game heating up. And with the score the way it is, you know these guys are going to start getting into it physically.
Yeah, and especially with a shorthanded goal. Not only is that big for Colorado's confidence in terms of the rest of this game and taking them into the next one, but that shorthanded goal, it's almost, I mean, it is what it is. Colorado State should have defended it better, but it's almost like a slap in the face at this point since it gives them that 4-0 lead. And so it'll be interesting to see if Colorado State takes that as kind of the slap in the face, or if they settle down after this timeout now and they try to at least get a goal to carry them into the Pepsi Center game.
Bradford takes a shot there. That one almost snuck home as Diedrich got a piece of it. It will be John Nitchin from Luke Coyne. Coyne, a beautiful pass across the circle. In comes O'Donnell. He'll take a shot. Saved by Champine. Rebound goes across to Bradford. He'll try to get it out. And Figa will keep it in narrowly at the blue line as Will Neff will accidentally play it out to center ice. A minute 15 remaining on the power play for Colorado State. 4-0 Buffs.
I tell you, Luke Coyne with a phenomenal stick. It's kind of like a stick check. Wasn't exactly, though, there to get that puck out of the zone and force the Rams to retreat, clear the zone, and kill some more of this penalty time.
Coyne from his own corner will play it all the way out to center ice. Jarman's going to race after it. He's got 2 goals tonight. You know he'd love a hat trick. Into the corner. They'll wrestle on the boards with 48 seconds remaining. Here on the power play comes free to Jarman. That's in his sweet spot. Takes a shot, and it goes just wide. Rebound out to Adams. Adams will take it into the side of the circle. Takes a shot. Chipped it over, and Diedrich will make the save.
And Joe, speaking of Jarman goals, we actually had a slight change from his first goal that we both thought was kind of a solo effort. It looks like the officials did give a couple assists to some Colorado players on that one.
Well, he's got the same assist. I thought it was both unassisted goals, but both Jarman goals were assisted by Luke Carter and Rich Wigton.
So they just switched the order.
The
first and second assist on each goal.
In comes Guadati. Guadati will be shoved into the boards by Adams. Loses the puck as 26 seconds remain on the power play for the Rams. 12.5 to go in the third period. Casaria takes a shot, blocking away to the boards by Champine. Consumed by Taylor against the boards. He goes down as it's soccered out along the board. They're going to call it a hand pass, actually, from Casaria. So that'll be a whistle, and the faceoff will come out to center ice. 12:06 remaining in the third. 2 third-period goals already for Colorado. Kemper, an even-strength one, and Nitchin a shorty.
Looks like some confusion here for Colorado State. You can definitely see the body language changing a little bit for the Rams. They seem a little more dejected right now, and not really sure who needs to be out on the ice, when and where, because they had a few guys come out for a line change, went right back, then came back out. So not really sure what's going on right now for the Rams. They're going to have to clean some of this up here the rest of this game.
And we're back to full strength as Taylor brings it in over the line with 11:45 remaining in the third period of play. Wigton gets clobbered into the boards as it looked like Hunter Clark had him lined up from a mile away. John Dora brings it through center. Kemper over the line, dangles through some traffic, and he'll go off the leg of 2 defenders. The puck will land at the circle. Carter will take it from the corner. He'll receive a double team of Green as Clark will come free with it. Taken away, though, by Burke. Kemper into the corner. Natowski will give him a check as they're lined up in behind with 11:19 remaining in the third period. In down low, moving the pile will be Campbell. Loses it, though, again as Anders fires one, and that one actually, I think, either hit Natowski or Burke Kemper on the way through. It's tough to see. Meanwhile, down on the other end, through some traffic comes Schneeberger, but he'll lose it as Bauer will call the play down from their own end. 11 minutes remaining in the third. Kept in by a Will Neff skate momentarily before it collides to center ice. O'Donnell will play it across to the far side. It's deflected out to center and carried right back in by Killam. Trickles into the corner. O'Donnell will come after it. He'll skate gingerly in behind as Neff will receive the dump. Killam from the blue line plays it to the far side boards. O'Donnell will meet up alongside Dora. Dora goes down into the boards. O'Donnell with a little bit of space in front of Neff. He shoots, saved by Champine, and he'll make the save and hang on.
That actually went up into the neck of Champine. That kind of rode up of either his stick or his glove somehow. Not really sure which one, but right up into his neck, and he just kind of clamped down and made sure that puck didn't go anywhere. It's a good job by Champine on the save. Joe, another thing I'm noticing is Colorado State not really playing their game anymore. They're starting to play more of Colorado's game, which plays well for the Buffaloes, but a lot less team passing, a lot more guys taking individual shots, things like that. That's not what's gotten Colorado State some of their wins this year or close games. So they need to get back to what Colorado State hockey is if they want to put a point on the board here tonight. But for Colorado, they absolutely love what's happening right now.
10-12 remaining in the third period of play. Stoppage on the ice. Thanks for joining us. You're tuned into Colorado Hockey, sponsored by Radio 1190. Find them on radio1190.org or on your AM radio on AM 1190. Soon to be FM, Derek.
Oh, you guys are switching over?
Soon enough.
All right, where are you switching to on FM?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
But there is going to be a future home on an FM station coming soon.
All right.
Also, here's a good chance for another plug. Make sure to get your tickets to Rocky Mountain Showdown on Ice. Down at the Pepsi Center, February 25th, the Buffs and Rams will play one more time to finish out the regular season before the road to Nationals will begin. Tickets on sale now, avstix.com/showdown2016. With your purchase of a ticket, $5 will go back to the University of Colorado hockey team, as well as you will be given a Avalanche ticket to a future game.
Well, it's actually it's $5. You select which team you're cheering for, so that way they know what section to put you in when you go down to the Pepsi Center. But $5 will go to whichever team you select. So for the Colorado State fans watching and listening right now, $5 will go to your club. If you're a CU fan and you buy the ticket, $5 goes to CU. So both teams are actually going to benefit in terms of their financial bottom line from this game.
It's the day before the things get going over at Coors Field.
Yep.
On Friday, the alumni game under the lights. Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, Patrick Waugh, the classic Avs will be skating up against Sergei Fedorov, Brendan Shanahan, and Chris Osgood of the Red Wings. As Silvato brings it in over the line, he takes a shot, kick save by Diedrich. To the boards it'll go. And, of course, the day after will be the winter. It's not really the Winter Classic. The outdoor game at Coors Field. Avalanche Stadium Series. There it is. Well, you work at Pepsi Center, so that's easy for you to remember, right?
I do, yep, yeah.
A great game
Hearing
last
about
night.
It every day.
Yes. Avs and Red Wings will play there at Coors Field on that Saturday. And last night's game between the Avalanche and Red Wings went to a shootout. Nathan McKinney roofing a backhand in the shootout to win that one for the Avs. So the Avalanche heating up here as the playoffs are inching closer. If the playoffs started today, I think the Avs would have the wild card place.
Yep, they are in the last wild card spot right now. They're trying to hang on to that, doing a pretty good job here as the season starts to wind down. So hopefully they can, for the Avs fans out there, they can continue on.
Carnash will take a shot, as that one goes high off the glass. Into the corner, Neff will see it against the boards. It'll come out to center ice, picked off by Jake Bauer. 8.5 to go in the third. Things have calmed down physically here in the third period. These teams know there's one more left in the regular season. CSU sits at 22 right now in the country, so them getting into Nationals could take some help. The Buffs are effectively clinched into Nationals as they're 8th in the country right now with one game remaining. They're in the tournament. The question is what seed? Hassel will lose the puck into the corner for John Dora. Dora looking up the ice. He's got Wigton there if he can hit him on the fly. Gets it through center. O'Donnell got enough of that one as O'Donnell and Wigton will get mixed up against the boards. To the near side, though, back and forth it'll go as Hassel will play it down the length of the ice, trying to hit Nightenbach on the fly. And that one will go for an icing call with 7:44 remaining in the third period.
And those curious as well, the Pepsi Center Ice Showdown is actually a CSU home game officially. So Colorado, this is their last home game of the year, not just here at the rink, but in total, whereas CSU technically has the one more down at Pepsi Center.
And if you're unable to make the contest down in Denver, we will be broadcasting on the CU Hockey live stream page. And the game will also broadcast later on CET television on Comcast.
And for those curious as well, the women's game, which follows between these two teams, these two universities, I guess, which follows after this game, is actually the precursor to the men's game down at Pepsi Center. So if you get that ticket, you come on, watch both games, and I'm sure the players on both teams and both men and women would love to have you there. So I would highly recommend everybody do all they can to make that game. It should be a lot of fun, but if you can't certainly understand, definitely join us on the broadcast. Although, join you, I guess. I won't be broadcasting.
Here's Jarman looking for a third, takes a shot high on Diedrich. Diedrich will make the save into the corner. Derek will be there. He's running the event, though.
Yeah.
So he won't be in the broadcast booth. He's a little busy being in charge, so whatever. That's fine. Down in low, 7:05 remaining in the third period to play. 4-0 game. Colorado leads their rivals. Adams from the top of the circle will chop a shot into the corner. Carter will skate after it. Takes a big shot into the boards as the puck will trickle free now to Rich Wigton. Jarman battling in the trenches. Carter centers one in front. Nobody caught home in the slot. Puck dancing free. Jarman takes a shot, saved by Diedrich. And they score! Thomas Jarman gets a hat trick of garbage goals. And it's 5-0.
I wonder if CSU stopped playing there a little bit, because if you go back and look at that goal, the official is skating in, waving his arms as if there's no goal, and he's blown the play dead, and then instantly changes it back over to the goal signal. So really unfortunate for CSU there. You hope none of their guys.
There you go. There's a hat on the ice.
Yep.
Folden, get a shot of that. Scott, get a shot of the hat on the ice. There's a hat on the ice. Just one. Oh, we missed it. That's all right. Tresiak will skate off with that one. A hat trick from Thomas Jarman. One hat on the ice. Jarman actually got a hat trick last year, and he asked me after the game, he said, Joe, why didn't you throw your hat on the ice? I said, because the net's in the way. So for the hat to get over the high net here at CU, that was a pretty impressive throw.
Yeah.
So a hat trick from Jarman will make it 5-0. It was probably the ugliest hat trick I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and as I was saying, again, you really hope that none of the Colorado State players stop skating there. If they did, you got to feel kind of bad for them, because, like I was saying, the official had started the signal that was a no-goal, and so I wonder if any of the Colorado State players kind of held up, and then that puck just managing to trickle in just after that. So be curious to hear an explanation as to why that was the case.
So Jarman will make it 5-0 with his third of the game. With 6 minutes remaining, a great save there by Champine. Waiting on the doorstep was Campbell. Almost snuck that one home. They'll battle in to the boards. The puck will come free to Anders. Anders looking for Bauer along the far side boards. He'll get a piece of that one, and it'll collide into the Colorado bench. I think it almost hit Eric Kardash and Luke Coyne. It might have actually gotten a piece of the sweater, but we'll have a stoppage to play down on the ice. 5:48 remaining in the third. A 5-0 game. Faceoff will stay here in the zone. Zach Lish will take the draw. He'll push it off into the corner. Adams will glide down with it. Lish comes up with it in the high slot. Takes a shot, deflected by Neff in front. That one rose into the glass. Stays here on the long side. Pilkington. Rather, Hector will send it across the ice as Bauer will play that one back and forth. O'Donnell got a piece of it as Adams will flip this one all the way down the length of the ice and should go for an icing call, and it will. Oh, nope, they'll call the icing call off.
Yep.
Should have been an icing call.
They waved it off, I believe.
Coyne will lose it to Neff at center ice. Brought into the zone. Waiting for it, though, was Kardash. And Cards will send it out to center again. This one will go for an icing call, almost certainly. And the whistle will confirm that. Derek, let's honor ourselves. Tonight is senior night for Derek and I, as well as Kaylee Bryce. Kaylee will hear this in about 40 seconds because she's on a delay.
As you are at home. We're speaking about 40 seconds before you're hearing us.
Yes. So if there was, forget it. I'm not going to go there. Derek has worked with the program here for 2.5 years in many different facilities. Derek here now on the broadcast, and broadcasting and PR side. Last year he worked with event operation. Well, what did you do? You did event ops.
So it was essentially event management and venue operations, if you can call it that, here last year for both men's and women's, actually.
Yeah, he did all the teams. Everyone in the rink knows Derek. Derek's done everything from setting up the pregame playlist to announcing the goals to folding the towels after the game to carrying the equipment from the car as Gruber takes a shot. Another save, turning and shooting will be Nitchin. It comes free into the slot. But Derek's done it all here for the team, and we want to thank Derek for his service as he will be graduating with his degree here in May, and he will be continuing his career working with hockey down at the Pepsi Center in Denver.
Hopefully.
And now I'd like to take some time to thank our savvy social media gal, Kaylee Bryce. Kaylee has been a part of the team here for 2 full seasons. Kaylee has been to almost every single home game and been giving you the live tweets during the game, keeping you guys engaged. We want to thank Kaylee for all her work over the last 2 years. Always fun to be around. Kaylee's a great addition to our staff here the last 2 years. She's made our presence online and here in the rink better than we could have ever done. So, Kaylee, thank you very much. Kaylee will also be graduating in May with a business degree, I believe. I don't know what Kaylee's doing next, though. I guess we'll figure it out.
We'll see when she hears what degree we gave her, if that's correct.
I think she has a business degree. You have a business degree, right? It's a business degree, right? No? What do you have?
Oh, yeah, communications.
Communications. Well, you work at a bank, so I was close. She works at a bank, so I thought business. Well, she's got her communications degree. We'll give her a business degree if she wants it. I'll give you a business degree. I'll write one up. I've got Microsoft Word at home. I'm going to give Derek a journalism degree.
Yeah, you still owe me a journalism degree.
Yeah, I'm going to be printing out. If you want a degree, you can order one online for me. You don't have to do anything. I'll just send it to you. So anyway, big thank you to Kaylee Bryce and Derek Michelson from the University of Colorado hockey team. Again, there's no seniors tonight on senior night, so we're the seniors.
For the men's team.
For the men's team. There will be, I think, 6 seniors for the women's team that will be honored during our next broadcast coming up right after this one. But a big thank you to Derek and Kaylee for everything they've done to get the show on the road here during the broadcast and during the week. A lot of work goes into it, and certainly appreciate everything you guys have done for us over the last 2 years. It wouldn't have been the same without you guys. So,
well, and same to you, Joe. You know, you can't leave yourself out of this.
No, I tried to leave myself out of it.
I'm not going to let you. You've been doing this for quite a while as well, so you're the one that actually really, you and shout out to our engineer, Greg O'Brien. You guys are the ones that got this thing rolling, so without you guys, none of us would be here. So, I mean, I think I speak for Kaylee over there. She'll hear it in a minute and let me know, but I think I speak for her and both myself, and we say thank you for allowing us to join the broadcast and even getting this thing going.
It's been a fun 4 years, Derek. I'll say that Colorado hockey has definitely been my favorite thing to work with all 4 years. What a glove save by Colin Champine.
That was pretty phenomenal. Pretty phenomenal there.
Flashing the leather, dropping down.
He certainly has not taken it easy this last couple minutes. He has kept his head in this game. That was phenomenal.
Big shout out to Colin Champine for the save. It's funny, I've been broadcasting for Colin for 4 years now. I called 2 years of his junior career down in Boulder, down at Superior Ice Center, Boulder Valley Ice, where he played with the Bison. When Colin came here, it was great to get to call him for 4 years. He'll be here for a few more years, though, as the Buffs will depend on him into the future. A minute 40 remaining here in the third, 5-0. Similar game that we saw back in October. I think it was October 25th of this last year. It was a 5-0 finish as the Buffs knocked off the Rams there, and they're on track to do the same thing here tonight. We'll do it one more time, though, at Pepsi Center in Denver, the center ice showdown between Colorado and Colorado State. Our final home game now here in the Rec Center. When I first started broadcasting, Derek, for the Buffs, this didn't even exist. This building was not even.
It was under construction. Same when I started actually working here at the Rec. So
I'm
definitely seen it come a long way. That's for sure.
Oh, we've seen quite a transition. Shot goes wide. We've seen a bunch of guys come through the system, and it's been a fun time working with the team as Bauer and Burke Kemper coming in 2-on-1. Give it one more, Berkey. He scores! Chris Burke Kemper.
And it looked easy, too. He just flicked that one right top shelf. That was a beautiful shot, but almost looked like it was a little too easy. I'm not sure if Diedrich gave it all on that one, to be honest.
Chris Burke Kemper makes it 6-0, his second of the game. Colorado on top, 6-0 here on the final home game of the regular season. The next time the boys will play on this rink will be next year.
Well, this year, but next school year.
Well, next school year.
But I don't know if we talked about it, Joe, on the air, or if we were just discussing pregame. Actually effective, I believe it was last night, Colorado had won this series for the year. So this game, in terms of the series, doesn't mean as much, but still a big win for the Buffaloes going into the Pepsi Center game, the final game before all the tournaments begin.
John Dora did take a penalty there at the end of the play, so Dora will finish his home season career in the penalty box, pretty fittingly, I suppose.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that about where he started it?
Do you want to see? I think he leads the team in penalty minutes.
I believe he does.
He has 38 on the year. Andrew Bradford has 55.
Is that really?
Oh, wow.
all he has?
Jarman's got 82, so never mind. Jarman won that one.
But the thing that we're forgetting with Dora is he's played quite a few less games than some of these other guys. So, well, I guess not quite a few.
He had a little bit of injuries this year.
A handful less.
They'll push the pile. Time will wind down here as the teams will wrestle down low. It comes free to Nitchin, and that'll do it. Colorado knocks off Colorado State. Final score 6-0. The Buffs take care of business at home. One more to go before Colorado will go to Chicago, Illinois for the ACHA National Tournament. Thomas Jarman, a hat trick here tonight. Burke Kemper will add 2, and John Nitchin will get 1. Colin Champine, the shutout here tonight. I know Piner goes back and watches all the games, so Colin, when you're watching this later, congratulations on the shutout. Always a big stage for Colin in the rivalry, and he gets his shutout here tonight. The teams will shake hands in one of the best traditions in all of sports. Jarman will lead the line as he led the team tonight with 3 goals. And Derek, that'll do it.
That's it.
Derek, a great year. Colorado's best season ever here at the Division I level.
Yep.
And the Buffs will head to Nationals. It's been a long time since Colorado's been in a position like this. It's really been since about 2004, 2005, when the Buffs were playing down at the Division III level, where the Buffs headed into a national tournament with such a good record and such a high prospect of what could possibly be.
I believe they were actually undefeated in that.
They were undefeated that year. As the teams will skate off the ice, that'll do it for us. Again, for Kaylee, Derek, and I, this will be our final broadcast here at the University of Colorado Rec Center for now. We might come back one day.
Well, and I was going to say, that's not to say for those concerned at home that there's not going to be a broadcast next year.
There'll be broadcast next year.
Joe and I have
Don't
been
worry.
working with some guys, and hopefully they'll continue the
they will.
what we've started here. So hopefully you can still tune in and see the Buffaloes play. You just won't be hearing Joe or I call the games anymore.
That'll do it. Well, Derek, why don't we go order some pizza and get ready for the women's game?
Sounds like a plan to me, sir.
Alongside Derek Michelson on color commentary, Scott Fulton on camera, and Kaylee Bryce on Twitter and social media. I'm Joe Paris. Thank you to all of you for the last 4 years. It has been my absolute pleasure to call all the games. I appreciate all the great feedback you guys have given me over the years. It's been a lot of fun meeting you all and getting to work with you all. And I couldn't ask for a better support system or a better team to work with. We will have one more broadcast where we'll say all our final goodbyes in a few weeks. But for the last time, alongside Derek, I'm Joe. Thanks for joining us. From Boulder, Colorado, your final score, Colorado 6, Colorado State 0. Stay tuned. We've got more action on the women's side. The Buffs and Rams will play 3 more periods of hockey tonight. Some women's hockey coming up next. That game will probably start in about 20 minutes.
I believe it's actually going to be a little closer to 30. We got it'll be a 10-minute warm-up here that you can't see because we got our graphic up. But it'll be about a 10-minute warm-up, then a 15-minute, followed by the senior ceremony, and then a 15-minute ice make before the game actually starts. So we're probably looking at closer to 30 to 45 minutes.
So we're going to step aside alongside Derek Michelson. I'm Joe Paris. Thanks for joining us. If you're not going to join us for the women's game, enjoy the rest of your night. Final score, Colorado 6, Colorado State 0.